it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through? For you, 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 let the light shine through. For you, for you. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through? For you, for you, for you, for you, for you, won't you let the light shine for you, for you.
Try to like what you feel. Oh, to try to push on my deal. Take your time to complete. I ain't wanna rock star. I can't be the one for you, but you let me wait here. I'm impatient, but I take it. I know you know that I won't be fine. Let me fix your scar. Tell me that you're innocent. Follow your clothes are falling off right now. Oh, girl, your body tastes of cinnamon. Now you want me to turn you upside down. Baby, I finally know what it really feels like. Wow. Tell me you want it just as much as me, baby. I won't be Where did we come from? You sailing like the sun. I had the will and mission, but the wrong position. I was open, praying for a sign, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, shining like a beacon of bright stars. I was alive for wandering far, until I found a lighthouse in your heart, guiding me out the dark. You guided me out the dark.
Oh shit! Hi, it's me. I'm bringing it back with a capital B. I'm Barry. Built for tough, taking over the world just ain't enough. I gotta go fast, be fast, rise and grind. Better be there, be square, buff and shine, yo. If you're gonna hit me, you had better hit me hard. We hit the auto, Kandi gelato. Put it on auto, talking Kandi gelato. Mixed up the outro just to spend the up ending on lotto. We hit the auto, Kandi gelato. Back again after I went to work. If you can't tell, I make the beats and make the bitches twerk. I go blow to blow, I go toe to toe. You're seeing red, I see indigo. You take two to the chest and one to the nose. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, bro.
Think I need a couple hoes, they say the more the merry. I know I never do those drugs, but right now I'm with Barry. And I'm very well aware I shouldn't fuck her if she married. But life is just a dream, so I'ma fuck her like a fairy. And I spin that shit like right around, no ring around the rosy. And the way she scream my name, I bet her neighbors fucking know me. All these drugs inside my system, tell the police fucking blow me. And the way we ran this shit, you think he's Shaq and I was Kobe, but shut up and listen, I don't wanna talk. Me and the money, we tying a knot. I keep on telling these bitches I'm never gonna leave them. I guess I'll be lying a lot. Tell me the shit that you do for the plot. Me and that hoe, we been through it a lot. I keep on smoking on something that's sticky, ain't never gonna stop. We hit the lotto, the Kandi gelato. Put it on auto, talking Kandi gelato. Mixed up the outro just to spend the up and the mulatto. We hit the auto, Kandi gelato. Kandi
been a while. It's been a while. Okay. It's not gonna be anything too exciting. Why did my music stop? That was cool. That was cool. Alright, let's get to what I was watching earlier. I didn't finish this. No! Oh wait, no, I wasn't watching that. That's not what I was watching. Okay, sorry. Your playlist. Hold on, let me make sure. My playlist, my watch later. Ooh, we got beats from this, maybe? Question mark? Oh. We can't hear it. Alright, and then I got open link in new tab. This is what I was watching. We might watch it in like 2.5 speed. Oh, and then also
Disagree.
my little person
Don't harass the boy, guys. That's mean.
To add to
is
that,
now matching me. So we'll move her. Should I move her here? Wait, let me move this here. You do it right there. There you go. That's cool. And we'll move window capture, laptop, small screen. We'll move it up higher. But yeah, I'm supposed to match now. Here, wait, let me move her. Well, because we're gonna make this big screen. Hold on, let me do this. Alright, we'll move her right there for now. Or, sorry, I didn't plan this out very much. We'll just have her right there. Just make her all big. Dude, it's so cool. Alright. She'll just hop around right there. That's fine. She'll be in between Papa Cut and this random dude. Actually, hold on. Let me... Why am I watching a video about a video? Because this is how I function, okay? It is what it is. We'll do this. Can you imagine, bro? Do this. And then we'll move my Kandi up here for now. Can I cut this? Can I crop this? Hold on. Edit, transform, the bottom. 50. Let's do that. Done. That didn't do anything. 100. Let's see how that goes. Still didn't really do much. Let's try that. So if we do that and move this, no. We'll do it the way it was. There you go, that works. That works for now, then you kind of understand what's going on. Alright.
Very happy to think about. So this is him describing it in a more.
I was watching this at work, so until more people come in,
we'll
we'll just watch this.
Makes me. Why not just show us the 29-minute conversation? Why are you filming?
blurring bits and pieces of it. I don't understand that.
Feel
because you want to control the narrative on it. Okay.
like qualified to talk to him about it, because I feel super empathetic, specifically to the to that feeling that everyone is an enemy. I had that feeling very much after my apology. There were loads of people who were,
and I am just so happy. I'm sad.
What's funny was it wasn't even necessarily the video that got like a bunch of people to be like an enemy to the guy. It was like the Sam Hyde thing was a big catalyst for it, when he tried to ambush Sam Hyde, but he got fucking bested. That was probably a bigger one that I think that Ethan has said broke him, which I think is a level of truth to that, you know?
Bad that Ian had to go through this, but this was part of the change, and this is the part of the change for everybody, me included. When we go through things, or someone close to us is going through things, it gives us a better chance to really feel what it's like to go through that thing. Then when someone else is going through that thing, we have.
Thank you for explaining empathy to me. I really appreciate that. I never could have interpreted that in my entire life. Like, what does empathy mean? What that mean? What that means?
A much greater chance of having empathy for that person.
Wow.
And until that happens, it is hard to have empathy for someone else.
Wait, is that empathy when you have an understanding of a situation and it gives you the ability to like be able to understand that better? Like, what is that with empathy? I'm literally learning empathy right now. It's actually fucking bonkers.
Not because we lack empathy, but because it is lost on us why someone is having a reaction that they're having. And Ethan, at least from my understanding, isn't crying on his podcast. He's not talking about the pain and the fear and the terror that he's going through. He's exhibiting the anger, and Ian sees that and understands what's beneath it. And initially was reaching out.
So you're telling me he's not learning empathy. He's like fucking actually he's realized empathy. He's fully learned empathy. This is crazy.
Even though Ethan was publicly saying,
is that why Ian felt bad for that trans person, because he's actually trans? Like, that's not what it is. He's learned empathy, and he's like, oh my god, I am trans. Here you go. I'll take your last name. I'm sorry, trans people. I don't want you to get caught in the crossfire. I love you a lot. Okay.
Horrible things and causing a lot of Ethan's fans to go after Ian and Nisa. What Ian initially.
Why are they Ethan's fans? Ethan did the same fucking thing. Ethan, to an extent, Ethan overcorrected as well. There are moments of him doing the exact same fucking thing. What are you talking about? How is this like Ethan's fans going after him? I'm very confused about that. We just made that up in our fucking heads. Okay, cool, man. Like, nice story that you just came up with. What the fuck is he on about? Like, what? Ethan did the same thing. He overcorrected. That's what, in my opinion, why he was like made a whole fucking podcast with his son, like an actual piece of dog shit. He overcorrected. What the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck?
He felt was empathy, because he had felt he had been through that himself. And so that resulted in him seeing Ethan in a compassionate light at first. And so he reached out, gave him the benefit of the doubt, even though Ethan was giving Ian no reason to do that.
I understand what it's like, guys. I was never as popular as these guys, but I used to be a TikToker with like 2.5 million followers. I was verified. I got banned for going a little crazy. I probably fucking corrected. Got a little too liberal. I've always been a lefty. You know, I wouldn't even say it's like a liberalness. It was more of like it was like too I don't know. Fucking like you're fucking afraid, like I'm afraid of your audience to really manifest more, I guess, like to some extent. I get it, like I get it. Okay, cool. Like it's not that fucking deep. Like it's almost like a normal thing for a content creator to go through at this point. I'm just at least like a more edgy one.
Publicly, the assumption was there because of the common humanity that's understood.
Whoa.
And so Ian, I believe him, and Anissa would talk about this too, that he, behind closed doors, meaning not on the air, it wasn't like he tweeted, hey.
Thank you for explaining to me what behind closed doors means. I never would understood that.
Ethan, let's talk, as a public showing of.
I think that you actually learned that in like Psychology 101, what behind closed doors means.
He texted him off air, if you will, and Ethan still refused to talk with him. Right?
That's crazy. So you're telling me iDubbbz felt entitled to his time or entitled to the communication the way he wanted, and Ethan didn't actually give him exactly what he wanted? Like that's crazy. Like I could never imagine that, dude. I always get everything I want.
Which was,
by the way, Ethan's reason he didn't want to do that is he didn't want to have some fucking bullshit like some bullshit conversation, which I guarantee you iDubbbz would have subjected him to. Like some fucking bullshit of like over explanation bullshit. He didn't want to hear the fucking pitch. That's what it was.
Hurtful and was aggravating, right? Then you feel like you have no power, you have no voice, and then so Ian dusted off his content cop outfit and said, well, I do have access to a voice, and I'm going to use it since I have no other recourse here.
Isn't this like so? This is just so weird. Like the fact that this guy is saying this is like incredibly terminally online, right? You're telling me that because Ethan did not take the phone call from iDubbbz when Ethan was like, "Listen, you're hanging out with somebody who is encouraging people to call CPS falsely on me." iDubbbz' only recourse was to make a content cop, and you said that out loud and confidently, and you don't feel stupid. That's insane. That is the definition of anger problems. We understand that, right? I'm somebody who has like anger issues. That's 0 to 100. That's what that is. That is toxic. If he wouldn't pick up the phone for Ian, what you do, the next escalation point is to just not talk to Ethan anymore.
I gotta fix something. How are you doing? I'm watching, I need to fix my webcam hot quick. Transform, edit, transform. We're gonna do top 120, 150? I don't know, 150 might be too much. No, that's okay. Let me do this. There you go. No, if I do, hold on. Sorry. Now I'm messing everything up again. Where's my little thing? Chat box. Okay, that might be too much. You don't have wings? My life is a lie. I don't have wings. I've never had wings. Have I had wings? Okay, hold on. And then chat. Let's do chat just down a little bit. No, but I changed. Okay, so that's like the reveal if anybody cares. My hair's blue now, obviously. So now my hair is blue on my character, which is super sick. What is this? Oh, the alert. How did the alert box end up all the way over there? There you go. She hops around a lot. I need to fix her a little bit. Oh well. Make her just a touch smaller. Oh god. There you go. That works kind of. Alright. But yeah. I'm watching this because I was watching it earlier, and then we'll get into other stuff. I just wanted to chill for a minute. Hi, Ghost Gaming. Still look beautiful. Thanks. I'm still here. I'm straight up in my pajamas, so you see kind of what I look like. My hair's kind of a mess, but hi. But other than that, we're just doing Kandi stuff. Let me, as I mess it all up again. That's sick. But yeah. Let me get it back going. Hi, Ghost Gaming.
Or to talk about it on your podcast or something like that, and you keep it proportionate, okay? And you keep it to that one specific topic. You don't make a hit piece on the guy. Like, how the fuck does anybody think this guy has any credibility? Like, there's no way. Either he is a hard.
Right now I'm watching Papa Gut watch the weird, like, therapy dude that was in the iDubbbz video. In case anybody cares. And I'm making Kandi because I have a bunch of bracelets I need to make. Oh, the pajamas. It's literally like a 4 or 5 XT shirt I got at my old job. And I love it. It's so comfy.
Horrible at his job, or he is so close to Ian friendship-wise that he is unable to have a professional, objective conversation about this topic. This is preposterous.
And make you feel like, you know, there's no winning.
Well, I remember people reacting to your apology video were saying that you were grifting or something. That it was all a lie. And you were trying to trick the audience so that you could, I don't know, what you'd be tricking the audience, because it wasn't necessarily a good career move, you know what I mean?
No, it's been actually terrible for me.
These are called Kandi, so all the bracelets are called Kandi. I'll show you once I get some done. I have to fix these. How do you make Kandi? They're just another word for bracelets in the rave scene. So once I get, like, one made, I'll show you. And I also got dinosaurs. I got dinosaurs today. And then I got more smiley faces because I was almost out. You see them at the bottom? Sorry if it's in a weird place. And then I have, like, all these. So, like, I made, like, a little ghost guy. All my Kandi's put away, or else I'd show you, like, what it looks like. But Kandi's K-A-N-D-I. Hold on, let me show you this. So this is, like, an example. So you just, like, put a word on it. It's a little heart. And then mine has little smiley faces on it. And then they're just different colors. So this is, like, what they call Kandi. Yeah. So... Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. And then I just have it on my little bunny. Shoot, I put it upside down. I could have pressed play, and I didn't. I instead am a perfectionist and just fixing my bunny. Okay. Yeah.
Making money.
Right, we've talked about it.
Gotten worse.
Yeah, but, you know, it's easier to sleep at night, I hope.
Yeah.
And you're clawing back, you know?
Yeah.
Not really. But I like how this exposes that iDubbbz is frustrated. This shows to me that iDubbbz is frustrated.
Cute. They're,
that he's not getting the same
My
view.
nails are a mess. I need to get them redone, to be honest. They're, like, really rough. But thank you. Sorry, I'm not good at compliments. You guys know this by now. Thank you. They're a mess, but I need to get them done.
Views that he used to, so that's nice to admit. Okay,
and then
that can potentially explain some of the interesting way that you're interacting here.
Or saying Anissa is pulling all the strings and you're pussy whipped or whatever.
It's honestly insane to me because I am a fucking I am the wife guy. Like that's what people call me, the wife guy, and I know they think it's cringe, and I don't care. I talk about my wife a lot. I love my wife a lot. I listen to my wife a lot. I haven't gotten a single fucking criticism that I'm pussy whipped by my wife. Not a single piece of criticism have I ever gotten or I've ever seen of I am pussy whipped. Never, never. And I am the wife guy. Okay, you know me as Papa Gut, and then number 2 is the wife guy. So clearly, loving and respecting your wife is not the issue here. There is something greater there. That doesn't mean all the criticism is proportionate. People like saying obnoxious shit about how like she's horrible, blah blah blah. I get it. That's like fine. Because on the internet, even good criticism is always disproportionate. If you make a mistake, people will never proportionately criticize you. But it's clearly not just because you love your wife. That's true. My wife is pretty fucking awesome. That is actually a good point, though.
And it's just like,
Not that I'm totally pussy whipped, but they're totally saying that I'm pussy whipped.
yeah. I think it's kind of romantic to be a little pussy whip now and then, you know? A little mutual heterosexual pussy dick whip, you know? Both way.
But I like
that
sex.
pussy dick whip reciprocation or mutual whipping became a theme throughout our 3-hour conversation and after. So I guess that's where it started.
Like I feel it myself. Like this,
Thanks for explaining
it's so
that.
hard for me on my podcast to like loosen up. It's incredibly hard, and to also then
Why don't you loosen up and get fucked by your wife? Yes, what the fuck a big deal?
make jokes and be funny. I talked about it in my apology. Like I am so insecure about my ability to entertain. I think he feels
I
the
can
same, to be
understand
honest. I don't think he said as much, but I feel
Dude, this is classic projection. Ian cannot fucking manage to come up with a joke now, so he thinks that Ethan is too insecure to make jokes anymore. This is projection, like 101 over here. What are you talking about?
like
What?
to me, it's pretty obvious by how often he like says crazy fucked up shit, and then also like looks to his producers and employees to be like, was that like a bad thing? Should I button that? Or
I think that's part of the bit.
like no one's laughing. Like what? You know.
I love this. I actually love this a lot. Watching Ian have this performative conversation with his therapist is like very enlightening. Ian, listen, I'm gonna give you my unprofessional take. I think that Ian has a weird idolization and jealousy of Ethan. I think that they've gone through similar fields. They both had good content that was a little too edgy and it didn't age well, and they both did go down a path of overcorrection. I would say Ethan did overcorrect a little bit. That's why he ended up working with Hassan. He saw him as too charitable.
Sorry, hold on.
And then iDubbbz decided.
Is it going too fast? Cause sorry, I just was trying to get through it. Nobody was here, so I was gonna try to get through it. It's at 1.5. If it's too fast, let me know. Look how cute these little dinosaurs are. I'm freaking obsessed. Okay. Maybe yellow? Maybe we can do blue. Ah! A blue and a yellow. I think we can do that. And then do some white. I think we'll do white, blue, yellow. We're gonna get more white. Oh god. White, blue. And we can do a little... No, that's too much. Let's do white, blue. Hold on, I need to flip this. But anyways, Anissa was hated even before she came Ian's partner. Yes, I agree. Oh my god, the way he talks sounds so fucking gay. I just think that like, yeah. Hold on, let me. Hold on. I need to find a clip. Honestly, 1.25 would be better. Okay, we'll do that.
I am a nurse.
A nurse?
Yes.
Beta!
Yeah.
Nurse.
A nurse?
Beta.
Beta!
Classic, honestly. I'll 1.25 it.
Completely disavow all of his entire audience, and also decided that every criticism against him was now valid, which was fucking insane. And Ethan like kind of climbed his way out, right? Because that's what happens. You make a mistake, you overcorrect, and then you balance out, and that's what Ethan has done. iDubbbz has not balanced out, and he's jealous of that. And now he's going here and he's projecting onto Ethan, and he's like, this motherfucker's like, on my podcast, I can't make jokes anymore. I don't even know what a joke is. It's terrible. And I think Ethan has the same problem. Well, why? You can think that Ethan's jokes are cringe. That's perfectly fine, but Ethan is successful. You can hate him. He's successful. iDubbbz is not successful. He's not a successful content creator anymore. He's not successful when it comes to making jokes anymore. He doesn't successfully run Creator Clash. And I think he's jealous of that. And that's why, in this video, we saw him go to this doctor guy with the intention of trying to knock Ethan down a peg by lowering his fucking apology grade. But he couldn't do that. So what did he do instead, guys? He made the ending a performative. Guys, say something nice about Ethan. And that's what you call learning empathy. Just to be clear. That's called...
what you call copying Nicholas Diorio. Okay? We all saw the Mama Max video. Great content. That's what we call copying Nicholas Diorio, okay? Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. We all know what happened. Okay? We all know. We all saw it. What is this? You hate me because you ain't me, which honestly would go with what Papa Gut's saying, to be honest.
Learning empathy. Okay.
You know,
We're
was that
learning
funny
empathy.
or not funny.
So we're towards the ending of our 3-hour
God.
conversation.
3 hours.
Three
And
hours.
at this point, I've heard a lot of the background, and we've had a lot of back and forth. And
3
Nisa
hours is a lot.
has also been a big part of the conversation.
Wow. Why haven't we seen
And
her then?
as he was
Oh,
approaching,
is she just like cuck chaired, sitting in the corner, listening to what he's saying? You didn't say the right thing.
his
Wait,
thesis
no
or stating
way.
his thesis
No way.
has also been a big part of the conversation.
Wow. Why haven't we seen her
And
then?
as he was approaching,
Is she just like cuck chaired?
Wait.
So what did he do instead, guys? He made the ending a performative. Guys, say something nice about Ethan. And that's what you call learning empathy. Just to be clear, that's called learning empathy. Okay?
You know,
We're
was that
learning
funny
empathy.
or not funny.
so we're towards the ending of our 3-hour
God.
conversation.
3 hours. Holy
And
fuck. Thank God
at
I
this
didn't-
point, I've heard a lot of the background, and we've had a lot of back and forth. And Nisa has also been a big part of the conversation.
Wow. Why haven't we seen
And
her then?
as he was
Oh,
approaching
is she just like cuck chaired, sitting in the corner, listening to what he's saying? You didn't say the right thing.
his thesis or stating his thesis that he would eventually have in his content comp video, or at least an earlier version of it, I was both curious about what his conceptualization is as to why Ethan would refuse to change, or not be self-reflective, or to
He has
not
changed.
exhibit empathy. I was curious about that, but I also
Why are you making the assumption that Ethan hasn't changed? That's so weird. All right, because you're a fucking hack of a doctor. I forgot. My bad. My bad. My bust. I know why.
My bus.
was asking a question that I often will ask my students, actually, in that they'll talk about a client and they'll say, oh, this client, or maybe more commonly, I'll have a student or a trainee or a supervisee or a consultee who will be talking about a client's partner, right? So my student is saying, yeah, so I have this client and she's talking about her husband and about how much of a jerkface her husband is. And if it seems appropriate to ask or helpful to ask, I might ask a very similar question. Instead of just rolling past that the way we typically do, where we're just like, oh, that guy must be a jerkface. I ask my therapist, and it's their job to think about this, whether they have an answer for it or not, but it's incredibly important to have a conceptualization. So I'll ask a conceptualization question. Why do you think the husband does that? You don't have the husband as a client, but hearing through your client, the husband's behavior, what is your initial, or what is your hypothesis as to why that would happen? Because if we just go with the typical human or societal response, then it's just writing the guy off as a jerkface, as evil or something, instead of doing the work. And it's hard. And without training, it's almost impossible. Lay people aren't trained in this way. Most therapists.
Just so you guys know, he's talking about empathy training. I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't know if you guys are, since we're not therapists, we don't understand empathy or empathy training because we're not the licensed therapists.
Imagine drowning out this fucking doctor for 3 fucking hours and then clipping a whole 2 minutes, minute and a half, and then being like, yeah, Ethan's kind of a piece of shit, but also like nothing else. That's just it. It was a 3-hour conversation about whether or not Ethan Klein is evil is actually ridiculous.
Something you got to keep in mind. I'm just trying to interpret for you.
Are barely
It's really difficult lingo.
in this way. I would have to do a lot of work with students by the time they got to me, not to denigrate other professors, but there's just not enough time in graduate school, honestly. And so I asked him that question, like, okay, so you've laid out a very strong argument that Ethan has changed and that he is being more of a jerkface now than he was before.
Jerkface, yeah.
And more toxic, and there doesn't seem to be any guardrails.
I don't think he's being more what? Okay. I think that this is all personal for iDubbbz. I think that iDubbbz is up. I don't know anything that happened behind the scenes, behind closed doors. That's a professional psychology term, just so you guys know. I don't know what happened behind closed doors, but I'm assuming that iDubbbz didn't get the response from Ethan about his change that he wanted to, and so this is where this whole obsession, that's what I'm going to call it, manifests here. That's what I think is happening.
And you've laid out some of the details about that, the button, the yes men, the absorbing the snark subreddit, that kind of stuff. Why would he do that? What do you think the reason is? And so what that provoked in Ian, because he takes that question to heart, and I'll give him credit for that for sure, is to find a pathway. And often a pathway is through looking to yourself as a pathway to empathy,
really
right?
good, bro.
So
Doing
he,
that in
as we
psychology
just
school.
saw, Ian's like, well, I can kind of relate because I've been there and I know what can happen to you and that insecurity. And I
I
just
think
want
maybe there's like some instances I'm being a little too mean. Because I don't know if you guys know this, my wife's a behavioral specialist for adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities. But all jokes aside, obviously my wife is mental health trained. She's a social worker, so she has a master's degree. And so I would obviously I live with my wife and we exchange things. So a little bit maybe more introspective conversations are a little bit more normal for us. And so I'm sure some people struggle with some of these concepts, right? I don't think that they're particularly deep, but I'm sure that some people struggle with these concepts. And so okay, got it.
wanted to point that out as an element of something. I didn't notice it at the time because I'm not conscious necessarily of that. Again, I'm actually curious as to what he would say, but I'm also always trying to promote the notion, even in my casual conversations, that there's a question there. We might not know the answer, but most people have a lot.
Gus Gaming said, to be honest, I think iDubbbz initiated himself into that group. I mean, look at her, the way he dresses, he looks like a fucking skinhead. I just think iDubbbz is like wildly insecure. I wouldn't really expect it to be much deeper than that, to be honest. I need blue and then white and then smiley. Wait, no, I don't need blue and then white. Blue, white. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know about all that exactly. Yellow.
Logical reason as to why they would be hurtful or harmful or even abusive. It doesn't justify it at all, but it explains it and gives us something to work on. If we can change the factors that lead to the problematic behavior, then we can stop the problematic behavior.
And he's oftentimes like very concerned with that. Like he's looking for the feedback. I think it would probably be good for him to do stand-up or something, an open mic, to actually get an idea or get more in touch with.
Oh, maybe he could do one with this guy. His name is Death Noodles. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's really good. It's fucking crazy.
What makes him funny? Because that's something that I like. That's going to be probably a content journey for me, is figuring out what makes me funny or what people like about me or my content. So I just want that for him.
Wow, you're such a nice guy.
Okay. Did you just touch on something inside of you right now?
Yeah, I think
what
so.
was that?
Oh,
Ian's insecure because he feels worthless and he doesn't feel like people value him the way that they used to, and he misses the positive attention. And so,
No, I know. I just find it funny that
he's getting upset about it. And part of it is the fact that he's upset that Ethan actually has these things, and he doesn't understand why, because he's doing the right thing.
He's probably bald because he's a fucking. Yeah.
Has these things, and he doesn't understand why, because he's doing the right thing in his head, and so he doesn't really get it, and so now he has to figure out why Ethan's like bad or something. Like, okay, we get it. What have you seen, bud?
It's frustrating because.
Yeah, it brings a tear to my eye. I'm just.
Is it working now? Is this better? I can't hear. I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Also, let me just do this. It's better now? Max, say something that makes me know that it's working now. Okay, thank you, Marvelous. Also, hi, Brandy. Nice to see you, boo. I promise my mic does this every stream. It's just, it goes full demon mode. People just have to let me know it happens. I apologize. Let me make sure my headphones work.
Just you sense the pain.
Sorry about that. Happy's inner racism awakened. Look, and then there goes my camera. Look at that shit. That's crazy. Okay. It's working though. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. There you go. Is that better? Let me make sure. Eventually, I'll have money and I'll just Okay. Okay, now it's back to the regular mic. Is everything good? Other than my camera freaking the hell out. We're making candy. We're getting there. I bought dinosaurs today. In case anybody cares. Marvelous. Tell me 100 if we're 100. You can hear me good. Everything's good. Yes, 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 yes. I could just look on my own stream. Yes, boss. Okay, cool.
Pain, right?
Thank
You
you.
feel
All right.
the anguish. It's
Yeah, but I also think he's.
Oh, Brandy. I don't know if you follow any YouTube stuff. TLDR, H3, and well, actually, let me go back. The Jews in Palestine are in a conflict. I don't know if you care. Most of us don't. We just like. I'm looking at this therapist talk about his session with iDubbbz, who also said a part of H3 and his problem with the conflict, and it's a whole bunch of bullshit. We're just here laughing about it, to be completely honest. Penis 1 2 3 Roger, all clear. Thank you. Okay, so that's the TLDR. It's not that deep. We don't care about Israel Palestine other than the fact that like bad people bad and don't kill people and death is bad and blah 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 blah, blah. So we're here just making candy and listening to this until I want to watch something else. I'll box iDubbbz free of therapy. Yeah,
Idiot,
dude.
so I
He
don't really
probably
feel
needs
bad.
that kind of therapy.
I think it's okay.
The J boys are fighting. Yeah.
Be upset when other people
Exactly.
get upset. So just to be clear,
The J
you don't
boys
have to
are at
always respect
war.
everybody's feelings. Sorry.
it's deep.
So deep, dude. I'm actually
This
deep
is
in my
deep,
ass right
you know.
now.
I
Wait, hold on.
noticed
I missed
a couple
it.
times,
Hold on.
including that time, that he was tearing up
Wow,
as he would,
that's crazy.
I think, recall what he had been through himself.
What have you seen, bud?
It's frustrating because
Yeah, everybody's tearing up. I'm just, you sense the pain,
Perfect,
right?
exactly.
You feel the anguish. It's,
Yeah, but I also think he's an idiot, so I don't really feel bad. I think it's okay to sometimes not be upset when other people get upset. So just to be clear, you don't have to always respect everybody's feelings. Sorry.
True.
it's deep.
So deep, dude. I'm actually
This
deep
is
in my
deep.
ass right now.
I'm gonna hop on my station and make some candy too. Yeah, girl. Look, I sat in that VC for like hours yesterday and I was just like, nobody came in and I was like, you know what? I haven't streamed in like fucking forever. And I'm so close to 100, which is like my goal. If I can get more, cool, but like it's coming up. I did, however, anybody cares, go and do my TSA pre-check today. I guess it's supposed to be in within like 3 to 5 days, which is cool because I leave literally after work, and I mean like it's an hour to the airport, and then I'm gonna have 2 hours to get on my flight. So, you know. Hi, Juicy. I'm really watching a girl who's watching a guy. Hold on. I'm really watching a girl who's watching a guy who's watching a guy watching himself. Yes, Juicy. Welcome. I haven't seen you in a while, boo. I honestly forgot yesterday. Honestly, girl, don't worry about it. You can hit me up anytime, though. I don't hate the... Hi, Juicy, by the way. Haven't seen you in a bit, girl. I don't hate the psychological guy. He's kind of hold on, wait, where did the bit go? It's ruining my bit. Now I gotta find it. Hold on. Where did it go?
I'm a nurse.
A nurse?
Yes.
Beta! Okay. Hold on, I just gotta roll it back to...
Beta!
Oh wait, is it 0.3?
Yes.
Beta!
There we go. We got it. We're in, boys. I've been debating TSA pre-check. Well, I live in a small town in Louisiana, so like it was really, really fast. It was like $76. And it lasts 5 years, so like it pays for itself, honestly. But last time I traveled, it was like Easter weekend or whatever, and like it was a pain. Like the TSA line was so ridiculously long. He didn't know about the iDubbbz cucketry. I don't know what he knew about, so.
You know, I noticed a couple times, including that time, that he was tearing up as he would,
that's crazy.
I think,
Wow.
recall what he had been
Hashtag
through
deep.
himself,
That's so crazy.
which has a lot of complications.
I'm gonna be a trigger warning. You're acting like Ian just got finally raped. Chill the fuck out. Like,
Oh, so here's the first one. Hold on, I gotta see what it looks like on the camera. So this first one. So we got the PLUR, because I'm trying to do a lot of them. The PLUR. And then my little smiley face, because I've been trying to do this. Hold on. I've been trying to do this on all my candies, is my little smileys. And then I bought these little cute dinos. 2 hours from my nearest airport. I'm convinced now. Yeah, dude. Honestly, it was like, you just go and do like literally you fill it out online, and it's basic information. It's really like nothing crazy. And then all you have to bring into the TSA pre-check place was like, I just had to bring in my ID and then my ID and birth certificate. Oh, also, if you don't have your real ID, you have to get your real ID like now. Like it again, I live in a small town, so I literally walk into the DMV and get it the same day. But I know the real ID thing is going into effect soon. Yeah, it was the first time Ian was crying because Anissa finally plagued his ass. Ghost Gamey, you gotta get off his ass, bro. I think you're jealous. I'm playing, but yeah, this is cute. I'm in love with the dinos. I feel like I'm getting my rave kit finally together.
I'm not trying to be an asshole. Like, we're sitting here having a performative cry session, and you're fucking over-encouraging his feelings because he used to make edgy content and then decided he didn't want to do that anymore. He had a normal growing up big boy experience, and now he's crying
also
on fucking camera. Why was this even on camera? Why couldn't this just been an offline chat? It makes me question.
Yeah, what a pain in the ass getting a new fucking ID. Honestly, all I brought was my pay stub, which I always get every week. Like, literally, they're just collecting in a pile in my desk. And then I went to my bank and got a bank statement. And that was it. That's all. Like, I literally went to my bank, walked up, said, hey, can I get a bank statement? And then went, like, there. And it was literally so easy.
The way that they're interacting. You guys need to chill the fuck out. Like, you guys have the energy as if, like, you know, this guy was violently fucking assaulted.
The only thing I really need to do is change my address on everything. And I haven't done that yet because I've been, quite frankly, lazy.
Assaulted by a 10-inch fucking BBC dildo that his wife puts on.
Okay, I haven't been lazy. It's just expensive to do it for, like, my car title, my driver's license. Like, it's just a lot of extra steps that I'm going to do after I'm done traveling.
Straps him in the ass with. Like, chill out. Like, you guys chill out with this energy. And if you think that, like, it's inappropriate for, like, oh, well, you know, you should give me the bit of... This is why you cry offline and off camera. You didn't need to have this performative cry session. We didn't need to see it. And it was in even iDubbbz's video. He made, like, part of him crying. He talked for 3 hours, and he put a part of him crying about how he can empathize with Even on there. You don't need to put this on there. It's okay for you to be vulnerable, and it's okay for you to process your information.
I know I'm Mexican and speak perfect English. I pay my taxes and give my idea. Listen, Mex, if you get deported, you know the deal. I'll give you my last name. I can't even say it with a straight face, bro.
Putting it on the internet comes off as extraordinarily performative. And it's just like, I get it's just all this comes off as so performative. Like, oh, he's crying. Like, that's so sad. Great, cool. I don't care. Like, okay.
Feelings. The hurt of the harassment, the deep shame that...
Like, my wife cries when she processes information. You know what she doesn't do? She doesn't cry around people except for me. Wow, who would have thought that?
I know that he feels. I was really surprised that he included a bit of this in the epilogue of his video. And it really makes me wonder if I wasn't involved, how the video would have ended. Because I actually asked him if I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but I asked him if I hadn't responded the way that I had, how would the video have ended differently? And he said, oh, absolutely. In fact, what did he say here? And again, he's cool with me saying all this stuff. I've asked him. I was texting him saying, I had no idea how important I was to the ending of your Content Cop video. If I had known,
oh, puke.
I would have...
Oh, puke. If I get deported, I want y'all to know I don't have to pay taxes in my ranch. What kind of ranch are we talking about, Mex? Let's be honest.
Been more careful in the way.
What kind of ranch? Huh?
That I refused to change my grade. And then Ian replied,
I love that. Hey, I didn't know that I was so important to your video, or else I would have had a somewhat performative take when it comes to it. It doesn't mean he would have changed his take, but he would have made it more entertaining for the video. I don't like you. I don't trust that. I don't like that. I don't like coming from a therapist who is in sole purpose for the video is to try to therapize Ethan, I guess is like a way you'd say it, and over intellectualize Ethan's reactions to things. I don't like that. Like, it just feels inappropriate. It just feels inappropriate.
Said, you play a really important role in the video. It made me rethink the whole ending, to be honest, and it led to me deciding to get those creators to send me nice comments. So I feel good about that because I like the way it ended, absolutely. but I feel bad about inconveniencing a fellow content provider in that way. So anyway, I also want to provide this for
19 naked. It was 18 naked cowboys at Ram Ranch.
or the main reason why I want to make, or one of the main reasons why I want to make this video is that I would imagine that, especially in the past, you would not imagine if you did watch iDubbbz videos or even knew of him, and maybe.
You know what I haven't done is like all the PLUR words. I'm gonna do it. Also, all the beads at Hobby Lobby have been 50% off, which is why I got so much today. So like $3.99, I'm only paying $2. $7.99, I'm paying. Okay, let me do math. $4. Okay, and it comes already organized. Okay, they're different than the letters I have now, but for the future, I think I'm gonna do square letters. That's not square. Yeah, square letters. Because I think these stay longer. And I bought these at Walmart. So. But I haven't done all the PLUR words, and I probably should.
Even disliked him, you would not necessarily know or think or imagine that he would be a normal human being with vulnerabilities. You know, one of the big reasons why I want to make this video is to demonstrate for audience members and for content providers that a thick skin is a myth. No one has a thick skin. You can't protect yourself. What difference does it make?
Yeah, you can. That's crazy. What you're saying is just, I thought it was What you're saying makes no sense at all. You can't have a thick skin? Yes, you can. You can have a thick skin. Like, you can have a thick skin, and you can let criticism roll off you. And in many instances, that can be, and you could productively talk to somebody in private. That's what having a thick skin is, not nothing on public. You could still get upset in private. That is having a thick skin. You can do these things, and then it will generally discourage people from attacking you as much, because they don't feel like they're going to be able to get through to you and like upset you with their like mean words. But okay.
If you're a content provider or not, you're a human being, and you cannot protect yourself. No one can from harassment and bullying and hatred.
I can do.
And we also understand that you can get 10 comments, 9 of which are positive, but 1 that's negative, and everyone focuses on that one.
I got some circle letter beads at Walmart yesterday, and they're one big pile. Ugh. I do love to organize them, but I don't have a tray yet. I got this. I didn't take a picture of it because I should have, but I got this cute little tray thing at Target for $3. Okay, I've been doing a lot of Target for $3, and I emptied it out. The beads were so. These were the beads that came in them. But it came with 3 like little Care Bear like pieces. So that was like worth it enough for me. And then I put like all my like vowels I've organized in here. And my hearts. And then things I use like the L's and the S. And the hearts, yeah. And then, like I said, it was $3 at Target. And then I've got this organizer for $3 at Target. So it like paid for itself. These beads are okay, but like they did the job and they made me extra bracelets, so whatever. But yeah, I really like this divider, even though it's not this, but it does what I need it to do, which is organize it enough. I don't understand how Papa Gut can get so soy yet so masculine. Cause he's from New York, and he loves his mom. So there's that. Also, there's a link if anybody wants to donate. You guys know the alerts come up. Like the stream at least. Share it if you can. Even all those weird random Discords you're in. What else? But yeah, thank you for being here. It's been fun so far.
One negative thing.
No, they don't. That's so crazy. I don't do that anymore. I get negative comments all the time. I just don't care anymore. I get, like, especially talking about Ethan, I get a lot of negative comments because I'm too affirming of him, they say. It's like, okay, I don't care. A lot of times I just won't read comments. Like, I know how to handle it. Like, some people, if you can't handle reading your comments, don't. Okay, cool.
Everyone understands that.
Okay.
Content providers understand that every day of their lives. And unless there's a management system that involves not reading every single comment,
yes,
that involves therapy and perspective and telling the audience, one of the best things that I ever did over time, because it sort of had a crescendo during the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial 3 years ago, okay, I couldn't help myself but to tell people like how it was affecting me, the hatred that was coming my way. By telling my audience that, even people that didn't like me, I think it gave a lot of people the opportunity to understand and therefore have empathy and therefore take care, right?
They learned it from you, or? Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I've really tried hard to like control what I've been putting out online and like what I'm going to react to and you know, think about other people. And it was like, you know, at a minimum like a full year of me like
Sorry, Brandy, DM me on Discord because I kind of forgot which username you are. But yeah, DM me on Discord. We'll definitely connect. But just so I know who I'm talking to. I think you're just Brandy. No. Yeah, just DM me on Discord. I've been getting so many people in that Discord. It's just a lot of steps and stuff.
Really questioning, like, everything I was putting out. And, you know, I had some confidence at the start of that, but, like, every video I put out, I'd be like, oh, shit, like...
Hold on, you guys. I'm going to make this
the
bigger.
views aren't good.
Hold on. I know all the people that are watching this want to see this big screen. Give me a second. Sorry, Papa Gut. We'll be back to you. Look how sad he is.
The comments aren't good.
Empathy. Bro, I don't believe anyone that's came up getting quote unquote famous on YouTube has like the ability to have like in-depth empathy or like have incredibly like narcissistic traits. I just don't run for it. You know what I mean? I just don't.
No, like it just kept getting worse and worse. And so now that I feel like,
God, dude, this is like, to me, this is showing me that Ian only made this because he knew he'd get a lot of views dick riding a song. He's that torn up about it. This is fucking embarrassing, bro. Like, listen, again, I was never this big, and so I understand that, like, I can't fully, empathize, but I literally had a channel with almost 200,000 subscribers that I bombed out and gave up on because, like, I didn't like the direction I was going into, and it was like a difficult thing, and it was a lot to go through, blah, 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 blah. Talk to my wife about it. I don't have to have, like, a formal conversation with you guys. You know, I've talked about it a little bit here and there about some things that I'm struggling with mentally and blah, 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 whatever. Okay. And then, like, I kept pushing on. I kept going. And I kept telling myself, like, I'm getting low views. That's okay. Keep going. Failure is feedback. I came up with my own mantras. I had to talk to my wife a lot. I fucking bitched to her about a lot of shit. I came out the other side, and I don't have the same number of followers on YouTube, and I'm making more money on YouTube still. That 187,000 YouTube channel never yielded the amount of money that this channel is yielding, and like the success that this is yielding. And I'm happy with where I am with my content. My wife tells me that she's happy with my relationship, with my criticism I'm getting, and my content. And that's where I'm at. And you heard almost none of that. This guy's having performative crybaby conversations, shitting and fucking farting his pants when he could have literally just followed the roadmap that Ethan Klein gave.
Hi, McMuffins.
But he didn't. Or he kind of did. He did. He tried to make a podcast like Ethan's. And it failed because his wife's not interesting. And neither is he.
I want to be a father who dispenses discipline because iDubbbz doesn't know what proper male is. Yeah, well, who does? You know what I mean?
Like Ethan is less edgy, but he didn't lose his edge. And, iDubbbz lost his edge.
Like, it was...
Can I give you a full story of you need to change content strategies? Yeah, maybe I'll talk to this guy and I can cry for you guys.
And overnight, like, me getting my confidence back. And I'm still probably not all the way there, but, like...
Does he deserve to feel some amount of concern or pain, or does he deserve some consequence for the bigotry that he put out there? You can answer the question how you want to, but I would answer that question, yes. Sure. It is fair that he experienced some level of consequence, and that consequence could cause him some level of pain.
I'm sure iDubbbz would have made fun of, what does it say? Of the guy he is now. I think that, I don't think iDubbbz would have even paid attention to the guy he is now. Because the guy he is now is so insignificant, bro. Honestly, like, so insignificant to, like, to the landscape that YouTube is today. But he really is. Like, there's nothing glowing about him other than the fact that he's married to some, like, bumbling, ragtag, really shittily tattooed whore. And I don't say that because I disrespect whores. I say that because I disrespect her. Okay? If you're a whore and you can make your money and not be a raging bitch about it, then cool. Like Camilla from the Bop House, that bitch is a G, bro. Like, every time I've heard her talk, she's so intelligent. It blows my fucking mind. And she's a G about it. And I can't do anything but respect it. Honestly, even Tana is cooler than fucking iDubbbz. By, like, a long shot. I would not jerk off to Anissa. Well, yeah, she looks like fucking Plank, bro. And that's being disrespectful to Plank.
Pain and insecurity.
The consequence is, like, him... Oh, like, it's not that deep. That's the consequence. It's really not that deep, but he's interpreting it as such. Like, he could have just been like, okay, I have to act a little bit better. I want to be more of a force for good, blah, 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 blah.
I'm just using a whore in a disrespectful way, but everybody can be a little hoary. She's just a useless one.
Raised on career.
And
Ian's like officially made himself a lol cow. Anissa's husband has officially made himself a lol cow. That's really what we're learning throughout this entire video. Is that is 100% what happened. That's it.
as he acknowledges it,
And what's great is that like Ian wants and expects the feedback from things like this of like, man, you did a good job changing, but that's what he wants out of this.
Yeah, bro, it's like fucking doctor shopping, bro. It's like so fucking pathetic.
Like that's absolutely what he would like out of this, but it's just not gonna happen because even his new audience of like fucking, you know, like crybaby babies, they don't care. Hassan's audience does not care about any of this.
apologizes for it, he also deserves love and an opportunity for redemption and care and acceptance of the new him. Both of those things can happen at the same time. People that are fans of iDubbbz, even when he apologized, would
Mad Max said, I love my whores except the ones that have no talent. It's hilarious, honestly.
say, you don't have to apologize, don't do that to yourself. Haters of him would say, oh, he's just faking it, or in this moment they might say,
no, and then the reasonable people are like, oh, this feels like you're over feels like you're overreacting.
Yeah.
Like you're overcorrecting. That's what like, most people, I think. Well, not most people, but that's what more reasonable people would be. Obviously, some of them are always going to write it off, but I think that like a lot of it's just like, that's what a lot of it is,
Blue
man.
or
It's so
white? I
fucking
feel like I
correcting.
should have done white.
well, you deserve it, motherfucker, whatever.
Be a whore
Both
and
are
a
true,
scientist.
and both have to be true if we're going to make the world a better place. If people are going to be invited to change and welcomed to change and attracted to change, then we have to have the approach of both. There are consequences, and there's a path to redemption, and if you take that path, we will absolutely be there for you.
I feel like I have a much clearer idea because I didn't take.
No, that's not how
like
that works. That's not how that works. Look, listen. No. Okay? Again, this is like the flip thing, right? Because iDubbbz totally would have insulted people like Tana and would have totally been like, oh, but she's a whore. But then if she would have gotten her life together and let's say like had a house and had a kid and done like the white picket fence thing, and then it would have been still like, oh, fuck Tana, like she's still a whore, da-da-da. He would have still been a part of it. And just because you have a new wife who's like a fucking cow doesn't mean that like it's not true. It just means that like you changed your perspective on things and that's okay. Like, just fucking weird, dude.
Like an easy route, or I didn't like fight back, or when I say easy route, I basically mean to say that I didn't go for the drama or the things that I know would get like views or attention, because I am familiar with
like Ethan did. He's riding off Ethan here. iDubbbz has decided to create his entire strategy around Ethan and being like just some kind of comparison to Ethan. That's the most toxic thing. If this therapist was any good, and I don't think that he is, he would have identified throughout
Wait,
this.
what does it say? Just the fact I respect, which is very little, Lena the plug, and his cuck and her cuck of a husband, Adam 22, more than iDubbbz is insane. Yeah, that's, you get what I'm saying though. Like, I respect Lena because she has a game, bro. I respect fucking Adam 22 because he has a game. Now, deep down inside, is Adam 22 probably a little insecure little bitch? Probably, but like, can I be hating on him for like getting it together and having a successful career and all that shit? Not really. Like, oh shit, I didn't show you. Sorry, I got too carried away with my ranting. So this one says love, because that's one of the PLUR words. And then I have a little dino over here. He's right here. He's chilling. And then we have, I do have a lot of balls. They're very big. And I have my little smiley face. And then that's like the color scheme. Pretty. Oh, we love to see it. All right.
Entire thing
really
that
hot.
iDubbbz's number one problem is his incredibly toxic comparison to Ethan Klein. Every move he makes, he compares himself to Ethan Klein. They had the same like trajectory in general, but Ethan has managed to push through it and actually be happy and content with himself and his life. He's married with children, and he has a good work-life relationship. And iDubbbz is spiraling out of control. That's what you would have identified in this. That is what every single clip that you're showing us communicates to me. Is that this guy is obsessed with Ethan to a toxic degree. He compares himself to Ethan, but to a toxic degree. That's what's happening. We're talking about somebody who's melting down about getting 250,000 views a video. Oh, okay. That's so bad. Okay.
But I know that it's just going to lead me to the same kind of place.
Which was what?
Which is being unhappy and regretful.
Yeah, regretting what?
Hurting people. Just
we get there fast,
making like content that like didn't align with like my beliefs or principles.
So, there it is, right?
There's what it is.
People can do bad things.
There it is, right?
Very problematic things.
What is that?
Hurtful things.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Shout out to Sam Hyde for buck breaking Ian. Yeah, Sam Hyde is a real male. Yeah, you know what? Do you know what Sam Hyde is? Or sorry, you know what? I fucked up the bit. Fuck. Okay.
posted on the internet.
Wow.
And
Oh wow, Mad Max. That's why iDubbbz folded. True.
Yes.
Beta!
True. So real.
Do it over the span of months and years, and still be a good person. And
That's crazy, man.
how can that be? It happens all the time. Ethan, I assume the same thing is happening, but on a much larger scale or a current scale, or a worse version of it because of the factors that we've been talking about, the landscape of his family, CPS, the way that Ethan makes content, the way that he absorbs comments and subreddits and stuff. The button, as Ian has been pointing out, it can be even worse. And
The button point is fucking crazy. That's such a fucking point, bro.
we believe, if we have consequences and we criticize, but welcome and invite and tell them there is a way out, there's an escape, and I believe in you, then we see change.
Wow, that's so beautiful, dude. We can see so much like positive change if we just admit to having problems we don't have. A beautiful thing, dude. A beautiful thing.
So I don't need to say this, I don't think, but I hope that this helps to provide some understanding of what people go through, content providers.
Not really. I mean, I already am a content creator, so I guess this lesson in empathy is not going to work, and I've had a similar trajectory to these, both of them, even though I've never been as big as them. So maybe that's where my callousness comes from, but I don't think that any of this was productive. I think that it was a masturbation session. I think it was a moral masturbation session that meant to exist to make Ian feel better about himself, and so that he can feel like he's getting good boy points for changing. And that's what you should do. You should change. I'm a good boy. I changed. I'm a good boy. I'm such a good boy. I'm a really good boy. I changed. I'm a good boy, guys. Please acknowledge that I'm a good boy.
Even other sorts of public figures,
I hope this helped you empathize with Verizon Wireless, the internet content provider.
actors, politicians even, so that you know what it can feel like and how rare it is that they will display these feelings. And if they do even allude to them, just how much hatred that they get or dismissal that they will get.
I'm fucking feeling.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck.
I'm like, fuck. Oh, I
It's
feel
just
it.
really,
It's just poop.
really hard
It's so hard.
to be
It's so hard. Motherfucker.
a couple online and
It's
see
so
people
hard
attack
to
your
be a
partner,
couple
and it's
online.
like, okay, like if you come to their defense, that doesn't always help them.
This is always
right?
helping
Sometimes
so
that's
much.
worse.
She's getting attacked. I just ignore it. I don't do anything to help her. And that's what it's like to be a real man that takes his wife's last name. Sorry, I'm being a little toxic here. You're a coward. Shut the fuck up.
So I'm seeing Ethan go through a lot of that. Ethan and Neil. And
As you go through it,
yeah,
I just wish that they could understand that as I project my feelings onto them about how insecure they are, that they understand I know how they feel. Because they don't actually feel that way, but I do. What is this? What are you doing? What the fuck is happening?
it just I really relate heavily to the harassment that they're getting.
That's
and,
crazy, bro.
I see them kind of like, you know, turning away from friends, lean more into money, get a lot more like flippant and a lot more like aggressive toward people. And I'm just
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. What did this stupid asshole motherfucker to say?
I really relate heavily to the harassment that they're getting, and I see them kind of like, you know, turning away from friends, lean more into money, get a lot more like flippant and a lot more like aggressive toward people. And I'm just like, fuck, that is
So,
Don't cut that off. That is what? That is iDubbbz projecting onto them because he just took money to have a viral video from Hassan. That's what that is, motherfucker. That's what it is.
major reason as to why he made
God,
the
bro,
content.
this pisses me off for some fucking reason, and I don't know why. Because he's pathetic. I'm gonna 1.5 it. I'm sorry. I'm getting wildly bored of this because it's redundant at this point.
Video, I think, was because he's trying to help in his way.
No, it's me. You're a fucking idiot. This guy's an idiot. I'm so sorry. How the fuck is this guy is a fucking moron. Dude, there's no way. This is idiot bullshit. You literally acknowledge that iDubbbz came to you to use your fucking authority as a psychologist so that you and to knock him down a peg by changing his grade. And when that fell through, he changed the ending of his fucking video to something else. And you're telling me you think that he made the video to try to help Ethan? Go and fuck yourself. Fuck this guy. This guy's a fucking loser. This whole video has been unprofessional vomiting out of the mouth. Holy shit. This is pathetic. Get the fuck out of here. This is the same thing as every girl I've met that worked at the crystal store that took a Psych 101 class and thought that they knew everything about everything. Okay? You're either completely just, I don't know. You're either, you either got your degree from a fucking garbage can or you were too close to iDubbbz to be able to actually have a meaningful, like, positive, intelligent opinion on this. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know if it will help. One could argue if it was really trying to help, it would have been less negative, so to speak, towards Ethan. But then one could argue maybe you have to be that pointed in your critique for it to break through and to get...
Oh, okay. So when iDubbbz is pointed in his critique, that might just be what Ethan needs. But when Ethan is upset that his friend, his wife, is friends with a woman who pushes the idea that they need CPS called on their children for eating shit, that's just him having a crazy old poopy festival. What are you talking about, dude? You don't make any sense from point to point. You have no consistency in anything that you say. It's insane. This is wild.
Any sort of views and attention, that kind of... I don't know. But I think it's convincing that he cares about the two of them, Ethan and...
I don't. It's not convincing. The fact that you have to say you think it's convincing is fucking pathetic. That's crazy.
ultimately going to like solve it for you.
You can see... So that's that Y in the road.
Yeah.
You took the healing, touching grass or touching marriage away from the internet toward stability
and Ethan didn't do that. Apparently, he didn't get married and have kids
and love.
Yeah.
Whereas he's taking the other path, which is to go on the offense and to maybe convince himself that he's right and everyone else is wrong. And
that's crazy. So the opposite of staying offline and getting married is going online, getting married, and having the 3 kids, I think it was, and not sending a fat guy a hat. That's crazy. I would never have thought that those 2 things were opposites. Do you realize you guys sound stupid? They sound like they have a solution that they're trying to work us towards. They're not trying to work towards what the actual thing that's happening. They're trying to get us to work towards what they've decided has happened. Good job, guys. Hey, keep it up. Great job.
And he doesn't care. You know, you can imagine.
He doesn't care.
That offensive. So I don't give a shit.
I don't give a frick.
You absolutely
I'm a cool
do care
guy.
what people think.
He's a real freaking jerk.
And
Jerk
you allow
face.
yourself to feel that feeling.
And you're just like a better person
now,
basically.
and
Oh yeah, basically, you're just like a better guy than him. Yeah, basically, because I'm willing to cry in front of doctors. I'm a cool guy. Crazy, that's cool.
But you can see how you could harden.
Yeah,
toughen up.
Totally.
Yeah,
It's been very tempting, you know? Like, if I had the button like he has, I'd fucking hit it all the time.
Yeah. So
why don't you just get the button, dude? I don't understand. What is this? I don't understand what this is. What is his fucking obsession with this button, dude? He's obsessed with this button. Like, right? Like, that's not just me. This motherfucker's obsessed with the button. The button is like this thing. There's a lot of energy that this button possesses over iDubbbz, and I don't understand it.
all that we'll watch. It ends pretty quickly after this, but I think that's a good representation of the overall conversation that we had for.
That's crazy, man. I think it was.
So for those of you who never watched the content cop video, I thought we would watch a bit of it towards the end.
Wow, thanks, man. I can't wait to watch it for like a third time.
In case you have been wondering this whole time what I've been referring to. Okay.
No, don't you think that would have been a good start? Oh, okay.
iDubbbz.
How many people? No offense, not trying to be nice. How many people do you think watch your channel that are going to watch this video that don't know who the fuck Ethan is? That's just kind of an absurd thing to think. I don't know.
Hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess I have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize. And I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Is that where we're starting? We're starting with okay. Just to be clear, we're gonna watch a bit of the of this video, guys. We're gonna watch a bit of the content nuke. We're gonna start though. Apparently, we're gonna start and only really show where this supposed professional comes into play. Hey guys, I want to give you some context on the video in case you somehow don't know what I'm referring to. I'm gonna play the part at the end where I start. Wow, that gives me some really good context on the video for you to just kind of jerk more masturbate in front of us. Masturbate. He's masturbating in front of us. That's what's happening. This guy's masturbating his penis in front of us.
Fortunately, Kirk did not change his grade.
This is the funniest moment of the fucking video, dude.
I guess another thing to say is I'm glad that I didn't know that I was.
Okay, imagine selling your soul to a Hamas piker and Turk roach. That Turk roach, who, sorry, I'm horrible at reading. Actually, let me do this and make it a little bit smaller so we can see more of it again. Shit, let me read all of it and then I'm gonna fix this. From America for talking shit about America. Anissa wants to fuck Hassan is gonna make iDubbbz watch and cuck her. Men who refuse to learn from experience risk being manipulated by a parasite woman with daddy issues. That is not Ian. It's merely a hollow shell of a man manipulated by a parasite. Okay, hold on while we do this real quick. I've got to see. Let me try to do this. And then, Mex, I need you to type. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, let me do it without you typing. Oh, that's sick. That's sickening. Cool. I love you guys. Okay. God, we gotta get through this.
Going to be so heavily featured at the end of this content because I knew.
Also, if you have anything that you want me to watch, if you have the link or whatever, you could put it in chat and I'll just copy it, or you can just message it to me because most of you guys have my DMs.
That
you weren't, bud. You weren't
Or
really
put it in my
featured,
Discord.
Just to be clear, you're kind of just.
Literally put it anywhere in my Discord.
You didn't really.
I'll
you didn't
type
really
anyways.
I just want you to know that. I hope that makes you feel
Mickey!
better.
If he released another content
Oh, what makes you think? Why do you get satisfaction when people feeling bad? Because sometimes it makes me feel good when people who are bad or are acting bad. Let me just say that when people that are acting bad feel bad about themselves. That's why.
Video that it would get a lot of attention. As of right now, it's 2 days after it published. An airplane is going overhead, I don't forget. And the video has over 5 million views and counting. So if I knew that, I think I would have been too terrified to even get to.
How many times are you going to talk about this, bud? He won't shut the fuck up about it. He keeps talking about how great the video did, and he's like, "Oh, if this happened, blah, 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 blah." Dude, I'm telling you right now, this guy's eating it up. This guy's a cloud chaser. This guy's eating it up. He loves the attention. He loves to tell you about it, and I find it so funny that he gave Ethan so much shit for making a joke out of the fact that he got a high grade for his apology. When this guy is like 100%, like that's his energy all the time. That's it. He just hides it well. He knows how to hide it. He's a fucking psychologist. He knows how to hide these types of behaviors.
Words out while we were talking. So I guess it's a blessing in disguise. But anyway, when I watched this video yesterday, I was like, "Oh, sorry." I mean, I stand by that, but sorry. So that's genuine. This reaction here, he's just like, so he refused to change.
What?
blessing in disguise. But anyway, when I watched this video yesterday, I was like, oh, sorry. I mean, I stand by that, but sorry. So that's
Why are you sorry? I'm not understanding.
genuine. This reaction here, he's just like, so he refused to change. And I heard from him that, yeah, I had to rewrite the ending because of that.
That's cool, man. Thanks. Wow, you're so important that you had to do that, dude. Like, that's so cool, dude. You had to rewrite the whole ending. You're so powerful. You're such a cool guy, dude.
Okay, because it's the internet, anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric.
Well, that's obviously based on the fact that he got a B- on his, right?
Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan. He said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit because I'm like,
I want to punch him. I want to punch the guy. I want to punch the guy.
What are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No.
I bet all this violent rage that Ian has comes from the fact that like a bunch of guys jerk off to her online, and it makes him upset because he wants to covet his wife, which I like to too. Like, my wife's my possession, just like my wife is my possession, or just like I'm my wife's possession. So I think that maybe his downward spiral into irrelevancy is almost intentional. So he's not popular enough to drive more people to jerk off to her shit. So maybe that's what it is.
He doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping. Is what he needs. I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous Content
You have
Cops.
to join the Discord server again. Let me. Sorry. Invite server. Okay, I got you, Bill. There you go.
That I think should have been.
Honestly, I just need to invite everybody, but I don't know if there's like long-term shit in there that I need to edit. So honestly, I just need to make a new Discord. I've just been lazy and whatever.
And probably would have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human.
Wow, crazy.
And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings.
Yeah, these are all projections.
In the spirit of Kirk...
I love this. I love it. I love it. The video is still very pointed and very critical. But to I'm having chills to have this epilogue or this ending or the climax of the video, to have it have this tone while still staying true to his voice. It's a new voice-ish, but it's still him. It's authentic. It's real. It's just...
I'm sure this is like real, but like it's wrong. He's an idiot and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's projected himself onto Ethan, and you've decided to encourage the delusion that he has about that. So good job, bud.
Music to my ears, and could be the dawn of a new age on YouTube. And if there's something that is
really full, so you think you're gonna have like a profound impact on YouTube? What are you talking about?
Going to get across, that's going to be convincing and inviting and welcoming, while still being critical and still having consequences for Ethan, this is the approach in my opinion. We'll see what happens.
Sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him, because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other
we love this part, guys. We love the performative fucking we love this performative game that's happening. It's my favorite part. My favorite part.
people respect you for as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you begin this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Even I think that when you are
I'm going to give them some attention, and that's going to change them. I'm going to change. That's what he's doing. He's like, I'm lucky to have grown up with the love of my parents, and these guys obviously didn't have it because they're leaving hate comments. And it's like, wow, for the guy who professes to express love constantly when it comes to your interaction with the world, you sure are like really, really hateful. It's really interesting.
Very large kid. I was gargantuan compared to a lot of my classmates.
Wow, that's great. Can you jerk yourself off in front of us more? Like, we love it when you sit here and talk about how much influence, how cool you were. Like, this is great.
In the tween years, when I hit puberty early, I was often mistaken for an adult when I was like 12 years old, that kind of thing.
Well, how old is this guy now? Because like, yeah, me too. Who cares? I would get the point.
Right. So I would occacaally get bullied. Sometimes racism would happen. That's funny. But I grew up in a primarily, almost completely white community, and I was regularly called, all the...
That's crazy. I'm going to have to cut that out of the video. Incredible.
Things and attacked and violently sometimes. But because I was large, I was never really that afraid, and I could defend myself. And I'll never forget that there was this one bully in junior high that was bullying me in the locker room, actually, after PE. And he was just pestering me with these insults and just coming after me.
I can see why based on this video. So.
And no one else was doing anything. And I was ignoring him at first, and then I would try to fire back. But he was better at it than I was, I think. And then eventually I just
stupid kid, is that what you're telling me?
kind of lost my temper, and I just grabbed him by the collar and lifted him up and slammed him against the lockers. And
I understand the feeling, but that's not a good interaction. Okay.
He immediately apologized and was nice to me almost forever after that, I think. And he was always a bit of a dick all the time. But after that, he was not only just afraid of me, I guess, but I think it was weird. I've since understood this, that he was lonely. No one was acknowledging him because he was...
I hate these little, these subtle laughs that he gives us after every small point he makes. It drives me up a fucking wall.
...is an outcast. I had friends. He did not. And in the locker room, it can be particularly noticeable, I think. And
this is just an excuse for him to tell the story about how he beat somebody up when he was like 13 years old. Like, that's really cool, bro. Good job.
He just had an outburst, and he was looking for attention, and he couldn't get it, so he tried to get negative attention, and I gave him that negative attention, and it satisfied him. I acknowledged he was there. I showed him that he mattered in the world, that he has an effect on the world. Sometimes,
or maybe you just had an interaction with a bully and you stood your ground, and then they stopped fucking with you. But you know what? You keep doing you, man.
Anything, even if it's negative attention, even if it's literally me throttling him.
No, but you are saying that just because I'm...
Oh, my dog.
You can't hear me. Thank you, Dr. Z. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I fucked up this. Yeah, who would have suspected the guy who's a therapist got bullied? Is my thing frozen? No. Can you hear me? Mex, can you hear me? Hello? Oh, you guys are behind me. Sorry. And then, am I making PLUR candy? I am. I am making PLUR candy. Because I'm going to a rave in 2 weeks. Woo. Bro, I thought I spelled this wrong for a second. So it's peace, P-E-C-E, P-A-C-E, sorry, and my smiley, and then little dino man. God, these dinosaurs are so freaking cute. And that's the colors. We're getting there.
Him and putting him in a...
You know, I wouldn't doubt that there's like a chance this guy actually like potentially watches what I make and then potentially responds to me, only because like he has a lot of followers.
Also, thank you again, Dr. Zor. I'm just gonna say Dr. Z. Dr. Z, I appreciate you a ton. Yeah, I'm just making candy and watching videos about the iDubbbz thing. Again, if anybody has anything they want me to watch, send it to me, because I am like so out of the drama loop. I watch like Chud in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays. And then whenever he's like on when I'm waking up, and then yeah, that's kind of it.
So he doesn't get a lot of views, and because
and then
loves, you can tell he loves.
Obviously, I watch Queeman. That's kind of obviously. And I play Repo. No, I don't think I have the computer for it. Is my computer working? Hold on. Uh-oh.
Loves watching himself. He loves watching his own content. He loves it. That's why he sat. Like, I want you to understand that in order to make this video, he needed to watch through the 3-hour-long conversation he had with iDubbbz to cut down like 5 minutes of it, and then to talk through it. Wouldn't doubt it.
It's still on. I just can't see it. That's fine.
Powerless position where I could hurt him very badly, and that feels like it gets some need met, because so little of your needs are being met. I don't know, but I'm going to take a guess and say that his home life wasn't great. So,
Hi, behind the bridle. I can't read. Do I play Repo? No, because I don't think my computer likes it. I've tried to play games on my computer so many times, and it's just not it. Hopefully I can get a new computer whenever I get the money back for my car accident I got in like 2 years ago. We'll see. And then Chud is one of a few based British I tolerate, yeah. That I like Queeman. I don't obviously agree with everybody all the time or whatever. I just don't like, my internet at work is so bad and it kills my phone battery, and I have to drive and stuff a lot, so I'm not always watching that. And I obviously watch a lot more Fish Tank than I watch anything else, so.
So when people will attack me online, especially when it's something like this.
Okay, so you got like a hate comment. That was totally right, by the way. And you're telling us this story about how you stood up to a bully, because that's what you're doing now. You're standing up to a bully.
It has that look to it. That kid, when I was 13, peppering me with insults in the locker room.
I still have a window XP. Yes, Mex, I've seen your setup. It's honestly impressive, to be honest, that you can play Call of Duty on all that. But I want to play Repo. That'd be fun.
So if I just turn to the person and acknowledge, so part of me was doing that by asking a question like, who did I diagnose, and not lowering myself to try to defend, you're a hack or whatever. The other reason
I would just ignore the person because I don't care. Isn't that crazy? Is that fucking wild?
reason why I asked the question in part was I am curious, because I've made thousands of episodes online, and maybe I accidentally, or I wasn't clear enough in my discussions that I'm not diagnosing someone from afar. I could see how that.
Tell Queeman he sims for BPD women who have ancestral Botox. I don't know if I've never seen a. I think Queeman is agent of chaos, and he kind of like supports that, as long as you're not being a total idiot about it. I got the game if you ever want to play. Look, I play Fortnite if you ever want to play that, so I'm game either way. It's kind of all I have. Other than I started playing this Cult of the Lamb game, and it's really fun. I actually enjoy it a lot.
That could happen at times. I am very careful about that. I've always been careful about that. But
I'm sure you're careful about not having your license revoked, sure.
Sometimes I make a mistake, or maybe it just requires me to clarify, well, actually, that isn't a diagnosis, and if you heard earlier, I was saying it was completely speculative, and I actually wasn't.
Is that professional for you to even just speculate online, knowing that like your speculation is going to some degree be used against that person that you're speculating against? No? Okay.
Talking about that cast member on reality TV, I was talking about a hypothetical client or whatever, you know. And so I'll invite, and sometimes that's good feedback for me to receive. It's like, oh, I need to word that differently because someone interpreted it. So I was asking for both reasons. I mostly expected him to say, well, you're a jerk face. I don't...
Yeah, this guy literally said Ethan was paranoid. You said he was paranoid. That's a pretty, and you said you didn't use, I love you. He said that he was paranoid and he doesn't use that term lightly. Well, why would you add so much weight to that word and then say that's not, like, that's, people are going to, they're going to interpret that as a form of diagnosis. I don't think it's unfair, even if it's not a formal, educated diagnosis or like a formal diagnosis or something. That is what a diagnosis is to like a layman. What? Well, if you don't know, then you're even more of a hack. Like, you don't even know what you did, like, you know, something like that. Or just someone not.
He censored me for being correct, and I will bust his balls for it. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
But a lot of times, what happens is what happens. So I'm going to show you what they said. I acted extremely rash.
Honestly, like, I don't watch as much of Queeman's content anymore to, like, fucking stand by him 110%. But I trust his judgment most of the time. I just think it's like anybody else. Anybody else has their takes about things, and then, like, either you like them or you don't. Oh, Queeman is not 6'1". I hear he's kind of short, but I don't know what that means. I think Chud's kind of tall, though. I might be wrong on that.
The gun. I need to take time away from the screen. I apologize. I'm not sure why I felt the need to express any vitriol over internet drama that you seem to be kind of thrown in the middle of, and I misheard and interpreted what you said. Or vitriol in general, as it doesn't help anything. I hope you have a good rest of your week.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. This guy made a fucking comment in his own video on an alt account so that he could respond to it and pretend the person was going to sit here and give him like a really detailed explanation about it. I don't believe that this is real. Alright, this is fake. I'm sorry, but this is fucking fake. I don't give a shit.
And thing is, after reassessing what you actually said, I felt incredibly stupid and thought you handled the IDub saying, well, not that my opinion matters on that. You are.
This is not. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. You want to know how this is fake? Because I'm not a fucking moron. So the first message was stay in your lane and stop internet diagnosing people, hack. Then he criticized them for their punctuation and grammar or whatever. And now the rest of the lines are like pretty well, like are pretty grammatically correct and punctuated. Okay, this is fake. This guy made up a fucking fake story. This guy's a weirdo. This guy's.
Okay, I'm done with it. Anybody else have anything else to watch? Because I'm just gonna watch what I want to watch. If not, yeah, I can't do it anymore. Quite frankly, I just do not care. So fun stuff happened. The only thing I have, well, okay, this might not be the only thing, but one of the things I have that I was really excited about was HomestarRunner.com did a YouTube video, and I'm happy because I love HomestarRunner.com for many reasons, but this video made me cry, so we're gonna watch it because I like it, and I'm the captain now. Oh wait, one more time for the one time.
Yes.
Beta.
Classic.
Yes! At long last, Homestar has finally lost all three of his marbles! Strongman, bring in the craze box!
.com. All done.
Oh, dare I ask what you think is happening here?
I was just crumbling down memory lane, and I thought I'd log on to a good old-fashioned type-in some words website.
So why are you just sitting there brokenrecording.com?
Because it's 2025, Strongman. Our 25th year on the internet. And as St. Grandma Netscape always taught us,
thou shalt receive one.com for each year passage on this widest of world webs.
That is a whole mess of made-up bullcrap right there, Homestar Runner.
Thanks, Strongman. I wrote it on the plane.
But I do wish we could go back to the old days sometimes.
Yeah, back when the whole internet wasn't just on 4 websites on people's phones.
Let's do it. Let's go back.
Back where?
To the craze box. Back to a website.
Back to a website?
Let's go back to a website. Come on, back to a website. Or you can log on to your favorite website.
.com.
Oh, that website. I was scrolling down to the local HTML.
Getting kinda nifty on the side.
Well, what do I see? A W times 3.
And a .com times 25.
Let's go back to a website. Come on, come on, come on, come on, back to a website. Log on to your favorite website.
Web 1.0.
Not just the same for websites. On your phone, your phone, your phone, your phone. Phone, your phone, your phone, your phone. Let me get that hit counter.
Ooh, look at all those hits.
Let me sign that guest book.
Nobody's gonna sign my guest book.
Let me join your web ring.
Can you really trust these people?
Let me see that links page.
Hey man, can you link to my website?
Let me get that site map.
What is a site map, anyway?
Nobody in the history of the internet ever clicked on the site map. Let's go back to a website. Come on, come on, come on, come on, back to a website. You can log on to your favorite website. Oh, that website.
You say I had a Nokia, bro. You know what I mean? This is so Kino. Like, it makes me so happy inside.
Website.
Scrolling.
Now we're scrolling.
Do you get to the end of the page?
Scrolling. Yeah, we're scrolling.
There used to be an end to the page. Back to the website. .eg.gov.com.
Website.
.com.
I hate to say it, but that was a pretty good duet there, Homestar, huh? Pretty good.
Thanks, Strongman. I wrote it on the plane. So, does this mean our website's gonna have more frequent updates featuring our hilarious adventures?
What? No, not at all.
Cool. See you at Halloween then?
Yeah, maybe.
Are you funny?
Ow! Watch out for the craze box! Remember, Tina.
.com.
We can watch, bro. You guys want to watch some old Homestar Runner stuff, dude? This is why it was so. Wait. This is why that thing is so funny, bro.
HomestarRunner.com welcome speech. Take one. Action.
Oh, hello. Welcome to HomestarRunner.net.
It's .com.
Oh, right. HomestarRunner.net. It's .com.
Cut. HomestarRunner.com welcome speech. Take two. Action.
Oh, hello. I'm Homestar Runner. Line.
Welcome.
Welcome. Line.
2.
Line.
HomestarRunner.com.
Something.com.
Cut. Take 6.
Welcome aboard the USS HomestarRunner.com. I am your captain, Homestar Runner. Bienvenidos a HomestarRunner.com. ¿Conoces a Miguel? Sí, somos buenos amigos.
English. Take 13.
Okay, this time I'm totally gonna get it. Seriously, you guys.
Go ahead. We're rolling.
Oh, I am Homestar, and this is the website.
Take 25. No. 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 No.
What?
Take 126.
Oh, hello. I'm Homestar Runner. Isn't that great?
Oh, I can't take it anymore. Hello, and welcome to I'm a Big Moron Who Can't Remember His Lines.com. No, seriously, I'm Strongbad, and you don't know it yet, but I'm the reason you're here.
It's true.
Check me out. No, seriously, check me out. So, take a look around. I strongly suggest checking out the Strongbad emails. And this cartoon's not bad. And this game's pretty fun. I mean, I played it.
Bro, it's just so good, bro. Okay, hold on. We got one more. We'll do at least one more strong bed, unless you guys are strong. Yeah. We'll do at least one more Homestar Runner, unless you guys want more, okay? It's just, for now, this is what we're doing, okay? Because it gives me life.
Here I go once again with the email. Every week, I hope that it's from a female. Oh man, it's not from a female. Hey, Strongbad, can you draw a dragon? I want to see your skills of an artist. Okay. Well, G2G, Geyser from California. The dragon? That's easy. Feel free to follow along with my simple step-by-step instructions. I make drawing fun. To begin, draw an S for snake, or dragon, or whatever. Next, we'll draw a more different S. For the head, put a top mark on a long V. Then you add some legs, throw on a couple of arms, and... Whoa, wait a minute. I think I need to start over. This thing doesn't look natural. Okay, starting again, the same way. S, more different S. Close it up real good at the top for his head, and then, using consummate V's, give him teeth, spinities, and angry eyebrows. And you can add smoke or fire, or maybe some wings. You know, if he's a wingaling dragon.
The wingaling dragon.
Let's put one of those beefy arms back on him for good measure. That looks really good. Coming out of the back of his neck there. Now he needs a name. How about Trogdor the Burninator? Oh yeah. Check out all his majesty. There's my dragon, Kaiser. Let's see how the other students are doing. Alright. What do you got for me, Coach Z?
Take a look there. I think she's looking pretty good.
I said consummate, V's. Consummate! Jeez. Guy wouldn't know majesty if it came up and bit him in the face.
It happened once.
Strong man. You just keep doing your thing, man. Get out of my house!
I do what I'm told.
Oh, crap. I didn't know you were doing one.
Oh, sure. I think I've improved on your methods a bit, too. I employed some chiaroscuro shading and...
I'll improve on your methods.
What? That's not an improvement.
Trogdor strikes again. Trogdor! Trogdor! Trogdor was a man. I mean, he was a dragon man.
He was just a dragon.
But he was still Trogdor! Burninating the countryside, burninating the peasants, burninating all the people in the thatched roof cottages! Thatched roof cottages! And the Trogdor comes in the night!
Bro, so good. Just you can't beat it today, bro. There's nothing like it, honestly. All right, do we want to do more drama stuff, true crime stuff? What are you guys feeling? What you thinking? What you feeling and thinking? Ooh.
We have a
I'll have to watch this later. True crime or drama? Tell me now. Tell me now. True crime or drama? True crime or drama? No more of these videos. Like no more of them. That's fine. We don't have to watch any more of them. I just gotta find stuff that like... Hold on, let me see. I gotta see what I have on my list. Let's see what we have here. Ooh.
Oh, baby, I love your word.
Ooh, Cosmo, I love you. Are they all recording?
I think they're all recording. Can you make sure my wig's good?
It's not.
Help me. How's that? Do I look beautiful?
Look
I feel
absolutely
bonita. Can you help me with this?
gorgeous. Yeah. We filmed episode 2.
Oh, you want more videos like that? Shit. Okay, hold on. The only one I know is Homestar Runner, and then the Girl Squad. Okay.
Teen Girl Squad! Cheerleader! So-and-so! What's her face?
The ugly one!
Hey guys, let's go get ready to look so good! Word, word, word. Okay, now let's start looking good! Aight.
Boy.
I just muted while I was saying it.
Kristen,
I finished
you
that
look
one.
burnt
That
or
was-
dead. I miss Christine. I have a crush on every boy.
Arrowed.
Ow, my skin.
Punt.
Dad, yo. I look so good.
Oh, hey there, cheerleader. You looking so good. You want to go take a ride with me up to Checkers? Or Rallies?
To Checkers?
Or Sonic Burger? Or whatever you guys got here.
Teen Girl Squad. Cheerleader. So-and-so. What's your face? The ugly one. Hey, gals. How you looking? So good. Okay. I mean, so good. I just picked up this fashion magazine with more hot tips. Woo. Let's get started.
You must be girls.
I think I have a change with this guy.
Bat. What happened to her?
She got hurt.
Let's date.
I'm down.
Swoop. Grasped.
I'm totally crushing.
Children.
Where were you guys? We got jealous. Let's get yogurt. I got Jimmy's.
It's over.
Teen Girl Squad. Cheerleader. So-and-so. What's your face? The ugly one. Listen, gals. If we want to look so good, we got to go get some summer fashion. I am so there. We three can go to the mall. What's your face? You can go to a thrift store or junkyard.
Wow.
Before we shop, how about some Pan-Asian cuisine? 3 spring rolls, please.
MSG'd.
Ow, my stomach lining. We'll worry about that one later. These clothes smell like grandma's. Ready, guys? This outfit, so good or no good? So good. My stomach feels better. I'm going for a whole new style. No good. Well, I think it's hella tight.
Yeah, you want to send me
And you
video
guys need more.
recommendations? That's totally cool. I was gonna watch this, which is an hour long, which seems a little long for this. I don't think I have really much of anything in my recommendations right now. But yeah, you can send video recommendations. Dude, I don't have like anything right now on my like to watch. I just haven't, like I said, I haven't been watching any drama stuff.
And had to just decide never to share
We
it with
literally
you.
said we would never talk about episode 2. Are you being serious right now?
I'm talking about it.
This is episode 2, but we did record an episode before this, and I don't think it'll ever see the light of day.
No, God, no. We were crashing out the entire day. I got way too drunk. He ate some candies.
Let's just say it started with, I am a little and she's a little drunk.
Yeah, and then
Weeb on Titan. What is this?
Flash kids.
Oh shoot, let me fix my thing.
We are the last of humanity to fall. But the weebs grow bolder every day, spreading their virus, trying to turn us into them. But we're totally cool and hate anime, so good luck.
So, you boys excited to watch Training Day at my house later?
No, Toe.
So you're telling me, Training Day today, Nutty Professor tomorrow?
Disavow.
Yeah, we'll be sure to check it out. Thanks.
It's good.
Thank you.
Japan has a lot to answer for.
What the fuck?
What could possibly do this to a person? Oh my God.
What the hell is that?
It's beautiful.
Oh my god.
Fall back to the second wall! What are you doing? Rise! Close the gates! Quickly! Wait! Not yet! What are you doing? What? No! I mean, it's Dragon Ball Z, dude. We're not just contrarians, are we? Well, that's gay. Who the hell would like that?
How did this happen? All of my friends, taken from me by evil little Japanese children's shows, the generic character designs, the over-exposition of every little thing, the never-ending monologues. How are they so blind? And now here I am, all alone. I'm the last.
Why is this about like just Mad Max, bro, and every person he's ever interacted with? Like, I think this is an attack on his attacked. Okay. Okay, miss, I can't speak. Attacked on his character. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Is the yellow gonna look good? The white's probably gonna look good. I gotta fucking dump all this out now, don't I? The white's gonna look the best, to be honest. Sorry.
Last one standing. Everyone else is gone. Just me. But I'll be damned if I'm the one sitting alone in the corner watching sports. You can't watch UFC by yourself, because that's homo. And I'm straight. I'm straight. I guess I'll have to date one of those bumbling sheepies that goes to conventions dressed like a cat. I won't breed with her, of course, but I will fuck her. Hell, might even be kind of fun. I suppose it'll be a small wedding. My parents probably won't come. I guess who could blame them? Having pets will be out of the question. She'll probably want to give them anime names, but that's obviously not gonna happen. I have to maintain some kind of boundaries. Boundaries. Those have been shifting for years. I did bend the knee to see all those Marvel movies, and I was still friends with Bryce even after he cried when Iron Man died. Marvel really is the anime of the West, isn't it?
Ah, the internet. Glorious, isn't it?
Things you'd be embarrassed by if people caught you watching. Activities you shouldn't be doing. Conversations you'd rather remain private.
Your ISP sees it all and they store it!
Ready to be handed over to the government upon request. But there is another way. Freedom! Freedom to encrypt your data, or mask your identity, or pretend you're Japanese in one click. Freedom to bypass geo-blocks and watch other countries' Netflix services. What magical app could do all these things? NordVPN! If you click on the link in the description, not only will you get 70%...
Alright, please say you sent me another one because I fucking hate commercials. Damn right. Videos. Popular. What the fuck, dude?
Ooh, this is going to be so good. I've been hoping to get a...
I have to watch a furry collection. What does it say? Unlike communist Hassan, I love America.
I think I love you, Bubblegum. Oh, Dark Wolf. You, me, right here in Furry Forest. This is everything. They fell right into our big gay trap. Now, guys!
Their numbers know no end, brother. Brother? Avenge me, brother! Brother, avenge me! No mercy.
Hey, Tails. Wanna go mess with Dr. Eggman? Sure!
Run, Sonic! Run!
Sonic! The cows!
Oh, please, honey.
Time to go!
You brutes!
We got bow blacks, yeah, true. What's up,
The
Disha?
blue fur escaped, brother. It matters not. There's not enough distance or loop-de-loops in the galaxy to outrun the glory of our crusade.
Y'all never get us all! We fuck like rabbits!
We will spade and we will neuter until there is nothing left!
Now do my ass.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, hold on, I finished one. It says Unity, and then a smiley face, and then a dinosaur. I was gonna put another dinosaur, but I didn't get that far. So we're getting there.
Listen to me, abomination. Your death will be quick if you reveal the source of your corruption.
You're too late. Our spread has already begun. The planet will fall, just like every other before it.
I understand. You were human once. That you were once called
Don't you say that name! Don't you say it!
Stephen.
I'm Strong Fang now! First in my name! My power knows no bounds! I can even almost blow myself! Watch!
Your powers are greatly diminished. Did you really think we wouldn't find your magical artifacts during sedition?
Jesus Christ.
It's getting pretty close. Brother, wait! You're caught in a spark field! It was draining you of your energy, brother! This cannot be where it all started. Anyone would admit she's pretty hot. It's a totally normal reaction. That doesn't make me a furry.
Lola was the beginning, but she's not the source. She merely awakened what already lurked in the depths of our humanity. You want our existence to have an easy answer, something you can point to and stop. But there is no stopping us. So long as there are outcasts with no dad to play catch with, or lonely homeschooled boys with internet connections, or Asians, our seeds will find fertile soil. How can you stop an idea?
You underestimate the amount of rope we have.
Avenge the fallen by buying our t-shirt.
Stop oogling me, furry.
You can still get out of this. You can still repent.
Bring me your champion.
Are you sure? He does have a way of making people change their minds.
Do you think I fear death?
Let's get you out of that stuffy armor and find out. It's time to repent for your sins, Templar. When you called us anal moles, petophiles, and furgets, that was very hurtful. Now say you're sorry. Say you're sorry, and Star Sparkle won't have to fuck you to death.
You forgot. Fur retards. This planet was called PLUR once. It is no longer that. A strange corruption that we would later know as the lupus mortem had spread across its surface like a disease. Myself and 9 other battle brothers were tasked with investigating to see if the world could be saved. 5 of us were dropped into a thicket of dense lilac long grass to investigate areas of interest. The other 5 were taken to a safer landing zone, 40 miles south, to a clearing in the jungle. We lost contact immediately. Brother Brevecto was the first to be taken. A chitinous creature bounded upon him, piercing his armor with its mandibles and feeling away. We heard him die on our comms. But with our auspex jammed, we had no choice but to press on. Brother Vidbeck also fell in that matted forest. It was then that we came upon the most striking landmark of the planet. A singular mountain that pierced the sky, red and angry. Just beyond this rocky terrain laid our destination, and hopefully our brethren. I gave the order to ascend, thinking it prudent to avoid more of the jungle parasites, and to gain a greater vantage of our surroundings. It was only when we were halfway up that the seismic activity of the mountain became apparent.
Oh, commentary. I don't have any. This is wild.
This surprised us, as the orbital scans had shown no active tectonic plates or magma chamber in this region. The first pyroclastic flow took right over. He was granted the Emperor's peace. And peace it was. For what we saw once we reached the summit will stay with me forever. What was it? We thought we had been observing the planet. The planet was observing us. We descended down the mountain with all the haste our gene-forged bodies were for us, until we came upon the landing zone, where we found our enemy locked in combat with worm-like creatures. The ground pulsated beneath them, threatening to swallow our ship. 4 battle brothers died to allow us to escape with the information I present before you. Brother Karsten, Brother Veloxar, Brother Bea, and Brother Ivermitten. Their names will be entered into the litanies of remembrance. Am I to understand we must leave Pokra to die? No, brother. We must help him die. Reality has fled Pokra. Insanity bubbles at its core. Tides of madness spring forth, twisting and breaking the landscape into shapes that cause the human mind to babble and bray. Pokra has broken from reality, and now, too, it must pass from it.
Avenge the fallen and buy this t-shirt. I swear it's very important.
Wow. 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 Alright, well, That was crazy.
Hey, yo, buddy. You want this cheese and fool? Oh my god! Oh! Cut it out! Cut it out! I just wanted to know if you wanted the cheese and...
What the fuck? Bro. What the fuck? Alright. Shit, Tyrone. Oh god.
Democrats are standing up so strongly for this guy who, by the way, wasn't just accused of being MS-13 in an arrest record by an informant, but all.
Have you guys seen the Ryan Beard Deaf Noodles video?
This is how.
It's actually really good. You guys want to watch it?
These are the most.
Yeah, I'm touching all on your kitty. Get on top, I let you ride.
Things you'll pay me to Photoshop that you won't believe.
Hi, my Katy cats. It's me, Katy Perry. It's crazy how, like, soon.
The best pop star female dancers. Do you agree?
Okay. Wait, first, before we do that, I have to show you guys this. This shit's so funny. I don't know why I find it so fucking hilarious.
I was a bad girl, I did some bad things. I made some little kitties dance while they were complaining. Those little bitches claimed they had birth defects, but I knew they made that shit up cause they wanted to rest. Thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, thou shalt not make spina bifida kids bleed. Oh, mommy told me I can't stay up past my bedtime.
Bro, so ridiculous. Alright. Videos.
Have you ever wondered?
Nope.
Hey, really quickly, I just want to mention that I have recently revamped my Patreon. I haven't really used Patreon in the last couple years, but I realized that if I want to be able to have the financial freedom to take...
She's not a lesbian anymore? Bro, again, with all these famous people that, like, become famous, I think they're, like, all inherently, like, psychopaths. But, I think all of them are inherently, like, narcissists. And probably a lot of them don't have, like, the ability of, like, actually caring for anybody. Deeply, that is. So, I don't know. As far as, like, her, I don't really know or care all that much, to be honest. So I couldn't quite frankly tell you. Can you guys still see what I'm doing on the thing? But yes, I do think that, what's her name is very performative. I do think, anything JoJo Siwa does is performative, but I think that she's probably born and bred to be that way, to be completely honest. If we're completely honest with ourselves.
bigger or riskier artistic projects, it would be really good to ask for support on there. I wanted to make sure that by supporting me on Patreon, you're really benefiting from it. I know it's annoying when people ask you to support their Patreon and then you don't really get anything out of it. So I'm going to be releasing exclusive monthly videos on my Patreon and for the members on this channel. So consider supporting the Patreon or becoming a member of the channel if you want to see exclusive, unfiltered videos from me, or if you want to have your name listed at the end of my videos. Supporting me and being able to have the financial freedom to take on more risky artistic endeavors really means the world to me. Thank you so much. Has this ever happened to you? You're a moderately successful drama YouTuber who wants to start a comedy career, but your YouTube drama career ends up crashing and burning because you falsely accuse another YouTuber of being a pedophile. You say that you think Sneeko shouldn't be banned from YouTube even after he sexually harassed a woman, and then you lose a debate about trans people to the conservative TikToker Christian Walker, and then your comedy career crashes and burns because Moist Critical reacts to your absolutely terrible terrible comedy roast, which ends up getting 4 million views. So now you failed at both YouTube drama and comedy, and now you're the laughingstock of pretty much the entire internet. If all of those things have happened to you, then you are probably Deaf Noodles. And you know what? I can relate to Deaf Noodles. I have also failed at comedy before.
Then type your number out on the screen and put it up in the air.
I've also lost a debate before, and I'm sure I've also had some dumb takes at some point in my life. But the one thing I haven't done is falsely accuse Papa Gut of being a pedophile. I have only accurately accused Papa Gut of being a pedophile. That is a joke. Papa Gut is not a pedophile, as far as I know. The truth is, everyone makes mistakes in life, everyone has failures, things don't always turn out the way that you want them to, and I think that when you do fail in life, the best thing to do is take a step back, self-reflect, learn from your mistakes, and then return as a better person. Or you could say, fuck that, and return to YouTube as a right-wing MAGA grifter who makes absolutely dog shit videos that only get a couple hundred views. This is what Deaf Noodles used to look like. Look at how cute and non-threatening he looks with his little cat ears and his little fake glasses. Well, this is what Deaf Noodles looks like now. He's not soy boy Deaf Noodles anymore. Now he's alpha MAGA Deaf Noodles. He's got the MAGA hat and the red lighting and the American flag behind him and the eagle below him. He has abandoned his kitty cat ways and has accepted the path of the eagle. I guess if I ever want to become a right-wing grifter, I just need to change the color of the light behind me. Soy boy Ryan? MAGA Ryan. Soy boy Ryan? MAGA Ryan. I know a minute ago I called Deaf Noodles a right-wing grifter, but I feel like being a grifter kind of implies that you're making money from what you're doing, and right now his videos are only getting a couple hundred views each, so I would say that he's probably not even making enough money to be considered a grifter right now. I also think being a grifter implies that what you're doing isn't actually genuine, and I can't see inside of Deaf Noodles' noodle to know if what he's doing is genuine or not, but it does seem a bit suspicious to me that Deaf Noodles has gone from someone who preaches progressive values and has debates where he's defending trans people to being full on MAGA in just a couple years. I would say that I was kind of like a moderate conservative when I was like 14, but then over the course of about 10 years I became a leftist. But it was a very gradual progression. You just don't usually see someone making this drastic of a change this quickly. In the first video that he posted on this updated MAGA channel, he says that he's been secretly watching right-wing creators like Ben Shapiro for years now, but he was scared to tell anyone because he didn't want to get canceled.
Quietly, I began to consume more conservative media, listening to voices like Ben Shapiro, Rush Limbaugh, but I kept it to myself. Living in Los Angeles, I feared being outed as someone who leaned conservative. It felt like a career killer for anyone in the acting or writing industry. Friends who noticed warned me that my career could be over if the word got out.
So I guess rather than calling him a right-wing grifter now, it might be more accurate to say that he used to be a left-wing grifter, but now he's finally being true to his MAGA self. So I would like to congratulate Deaf Noodles for finally coming out of the closet as a dumbass. But you know what? We don't want to approach Deaf Noodles in bad faith. Maybe he is giving some really insightful commentary in this new MAGA persona. Let's check out one of his videos to find out. For whatever reason.
Okay, so this one says OMG hi with a smiley face and then two little baby dinosaurs that can face each other and like kissy dinosaurs. That's all I got. Also, Frogan is fat. Yeah!
Deaf Noodles seems to like to focus on certain celebrities and then make a bunch of videos about them. For example, he's made 10 different videos about Whoopi Goldberg. I don't think I've ever met someone who cares enough about Whoopi Goldberg to make 10 different videos about her. To me, she just seems like your typical rich, out-of-touch liberal. But she seems to really upset Deaf Noodles for whatever reason. But what I wanted to focus on in this video is that Deaf Noodles has made 7 different videos coming after the comedian Bill Burr, claiming that Bill Burr has gone woke. I've always considered myself a pretty big fan of Bill Burr. I've always enjoyed his comedy, but I would definitely not consider him like super left-wing or anything. He always takes shots at people on both sides of the political aisle. He even recently made fun of white people on the left for caring so much about pronouns.
You know what's funny is white liberals are the ones that gave the definition of woke to whites on the right. So they don't, no white people really understand, it seems, what that word really meant when they took it from black people. So people on the right just think it means an insufferable, self-involved liberal douche, and they're not wrong if they're talking about a white person. Right. Right. Running around crying about their pronouns is like the sun is like lighting the planet on fire.
I would consider myself a bit of a pronoun enjoyer. I'd say I'd put pronouns right above adverbs on my favorite types of words tier list. I actually don't think that trans people usually freak out about pronouns as much as people claim they do. In general, a trans person isn't going to get upset with you unless you're purposefully using the wrong pronouns. So I might like slightly disagree with Bill Burr on his take here, but I'm not going to freak out about it and make 7 different videos criticizing him. And I do think he brings up a good point that white people love to steal terms from black people like woke and then make them incredibly lame. This might be a bit of a hot take, but my absolute least favorite form of white people comedy is when white people put on a black accent and try to mimic a black woman and then expect everyone to clap and laugh. Girl, when the child is T but the sis is finna bust it down. Stop. You are not funny. Anyway, I might disagree with Bill Burr on some of his opinions, but I'm not gonna make like 7 different videos criticizing him because in general, I think we should be a bit more lenient with comedians than we would be with like political commentators, for example, because a lot of times jokes aren't meant to be taken super literally in the same way that like a political speech would. But because Bill Burr has recently started leaning slightly more left and he started making fun of billionaires more in his comedy, Def Noodles has decided to make 7 different videos accusing him of going woke. Now, my first instinct when I saw this is that Mr. Noodles here might be a little bit jealous of Bill Burr, because when Def Noodles tried to do left-leaning comedy, he crashed and burned and became the laughingstock of the internet. But when Bill Burr makes left-leaning jokes in his comedy, people actually find it funny. So Dennis, instead of making all of these videos attacking Bill Burr, maybe it would be better to just try and take a step back and write some better jokes.
Welcome, folks. Today we're witnessing another Hollywood millionaire pretend to be a working class hero, Bill Burr, who caught everyone's attention this week after a bizarre meltdown on his podcast about billionaires, capitalism, and for some reason, the Gulf of America. Because nothing says man of the people like ranting about wealth inequality while sitting on a pile of cash from that little multi-billion-dollar company, you know, Netflix. Very working class, I'm sure.
So we're already off to a great start here. According to Def Noodles, Bill Burr can't possibly support working class people because he's made millions of dollars. Yet apparently Def Noodles thinks that Donald Trump can support working class people even though he's made billions of dollars. Maybe the fact that Trump has gone bankrupt so many times is why Def Noodles thinks that he can support working class people, because Trump knows what it feels like to lose a shit ton of money. So right off the bat, this is an incredibly stupid argument. Obviously, rich people are less likely to support working class people, but being rich doesn't automatically disqualify you from supporting working class people, which you would think Def Noodles agrees with as a Trump supporter.
This is so, the amount of people that are struggling out there because of these fucking billionaires, and they got us all arguing liberal and conservative. We got to stop doing that. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about people.
Let's see. Bill Burr said stuff in his podcast which he completely thinks billionaires should be afraid of walking the street when he was supporting Luigi. Wait. When he was supporting Luigi. Bill is a based pick and easy target. Well, yeah, I think that's kind of what, like, Ryan Beard's saying is, like, okay, well, you're not, like, there's not much depth in thinking about, like, whether or not this person's, like, should be, you know what I mean?
I'm going to bed worried about what's going to happen next week. There is so much fucking money in this country, and there's so much work being done, you know, and if you work a full fucking week at a job, you should be able to pay your fucking rent. You shouldn't have to go out and get another fucking job and still be struggling. It's bad for the country, because then the kids don't see their parents and they're not getting the upbringing that they need. It's so fucking, these fucking billionaires, they need to be put down, you know, like fucking rabid dogs.
Oh, there
like rabid with fucking greed and just going out and just dividing everybody.
Oh, look, big old Billy Burr is back at it again, this time auditioning for a job at the Communist Manifesto Live. He's foaming at the mouth about billionaires like a guy who just discovered Reddit's late-stage capitalism page.
Oh no, because Bill Burr thinks that working class people should be able to support their families while working a full-time job, he must be a communist. In the past in America, when people could afford to buy a house and live comfortably off of working one full-time job, America must have actually been a communist country. It turns out the Soviet Union actually won the Cold War and made everyone communist, and we just never knew about it. So I highly doubt that Bill Burr is actually a communist.
I feel like Def Noodles LARP's character not even convinces himself. Yeah, that's probably true. Okay, this little line is gonna bug the fuck out of me, dude. Okay, so we have from here to like here. Okay, that makes sense. I can work with that. Now you can kind of see it a little bit more what I'm doing.
probably just thinks that we should properly tax billionaires, not that we should have a stateless, classless, moneyless society. But let's see if Deaf Noodles has an actual argument other than Red Scare bullshit.
Screaming about wealth inequality from the comfort of his multi-million-dollar mansion. You know, the real man of the people energy. But let's break this down because, as always, when Hollywood millionaires try to play economic experts, it's like watching a goldfish try to do calculus.
It's like watching goldfish try to do calculus. This is like a joke straight out of the 1950s. Trying to get my damn wife to remember to do the dishes is like trying to get a goldfish to do calculus. Dennis, you have already proven just how much funnier you are than Bill Burr. Again, he says that Bill Burr can't possibly be a man of the people because he lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion while simultaneously supporting Trump, who literally coated his entire apartment in gold. You're gonna need to start thinking through the implications of your arguments a bit better here, Dennis.
First we get the classic poor people suffer because billionaires exist argument. Love that one. It's like blaming bodybuilders for why you're out of shape. Oh, look at all those muscles they've hoarded. No wonder I can't run a mile.
Dennis, this has to be the stupidest analogy I've ever heard in my entire life. Bodybuilders don't actively work to keep fat people fat in the same way that billionaires work to keep poor people poor. Billionaires choose to pay their workers like shit, which is why they're poor. Bodybuilders don't choose to keep fat people fat. If there was a bodybuilder that was running around force-feeding fat people to keep them fat, then yeah, I would say he's a piece of shit in the same way that billionaires are.
Bill rants about people working full-time and still struggling to pay rent, which, yeah, sucks. But maybe, just maybe, the real villain isn't the guy running a business.
Me personally, I hate both Republicans and Democrats. That's why I never break a side between them. Yeah, that's kind of, all of it's kind of gay.
But the government policy strangling the economy like a depressed anaconda.
Oh, the problem isn't billionaires. The problem is that there are too many regulations on businesses. If we just let businesses do whatever the fuck they want to do, then they'll finally pay their workers fairly. The data definitely shows that trickle-down economics has worked out great for Americans ever since Reagan was in office. Removing all government regulations on businesses is just going to make the problem worse, not better. If America is the richest country on earth, I don't think it's crazy to say that we should tax billionaires enough so that working class people can afford to buy a house or afford healthcare.
Then we get hit with the Marxist death wish portion of the rant, where Bill casually suggests billionaires should be put down like rabid dogs. Oh yes, the rational, level-headed take of a totally sane person like Hassan Piker. Imagine if Elon Musk went on a podcast and said, you know who needs to be put down like a rabid dog? Broke people. There'd be congressional hearings before he finished his sentence. But when a millionaire Hollywood comedian suggests we exterminate successful people, it's just good old working class rage. Weird how that works.
Okay, so your perspective is that Elon Musk saying we should kill poor people would be the same as Bill Burr saying we should kill billionaires. The difference is that poor people are not fucking over billionaires in the same way that billionaires fuck over poor people. Also, there's a bit of a difference between Elon Musk and Bill Burr. One of them is currently an advisor to the government, and the other one is a comedian. I agree with you, Dennis, that murder is bad. I think we should properly tax billionaires, not just go around slaughtering all of them. But a comedian making an edgy joke is not the same as someone in the government saying that we should exterminate poor people. It's just so funny to me that the same people who have been claiming for years that the left is trying to kill comedy are now trying to kill comedy when the target of a comedian's edgy jokes is billionaires. I wish George Carlin were still alive so Deaf Noodles could make some videos about how he's also gone woke.
These fucking billionaires, they need to be put down, you know, like fucking rabid dogs.
Oh,
they're like rabid with fucking greed and just going out and just dividing everybody.
But here's my favorite part. Bill whines that billionaires are dividing everybody. Really? The guy literally calling for mass extermination is worried about division? That's like Jeffrey Dahmer complaining about a bad dinner party.
That's like Jeffrey Dahmer complaining about a bad dinner party. That's like Jim Jones complaining about a bad batch of Kool-Aid. That's like Deaf Noodles complaining about a bad comedy show. I love these 1950s style zingers. Please keep making them, Dennis. So your argument is that comedians making edgy jokes about billionaires is what really divides people, not the billionaires themselves pumping billions of dollars into the media to keep people arguing about culture war bullshit. Billionaires treat the working class like shit, but then once people get mad at billionaires for treating the working class like shit, they're the ones who are actually causing the division. If we truly want unity in America, then the working class should all come together and collectively suck Jeff Bezos' cock. Maybe I agree with Dennis that Bill Burr's joke was slightly too edgy. Now I hope Dennis will also go and criticize every right-wing comedian who makes edgy jokes so that he can be morally consistent.
And let's not ignore the irony here. Bill is worth millions. He's one real estate deal away from being the guy he's telling you to hate. I guarantee you, if Netflix cut him $1 billion check tomorrow, the only thing he'd be putting down is his activist face. At the end of the day, this is just another Hollywood millionaire LARPing as a Che Guevara revolutionary. He's not mad at billionaires, he's mad he's not one. So Bill, if you really want to redistribute wealth, go ahead. Sell your mansion, drain your bank account, and live like the actual working class. Oh, wait, that's right. You won't, because ranting about billionaires is way easier than actually living without all that money.
If you truly believe that working class people deserve a livable wage for working a full-time job, then you should be poor. I am very smart. So Dennis here is making an obvious straw man. Bill Burr does not believe that billionaires should redistribute all of their wealth. He just thinks that they should give away enough of their wealth so that working class people can live comfortably. And if these billionaires gave away enough of their wealth for working class people to live comfortably, they would still be multimillionaires just like Bill. Like, yeah, maybe Bill Burr could give more money to charity or something. I mean, I don't know how much money he does give to charity, but that won't fix the problem. What will fix the problem is properly taxing billionaires. It's so stupid when people say, you have a problem with the current system? Then you should give all your money to charity. Even though one multimillionaire giving their money to charity would obviously not fix the problem at all. Now, I don't think this lets rich people off the hook. I do think that rich people should live by their principles, and I think it's cringe when someone like Hassan, for example, flexes his expensive cars that he's bought with the money given to him by his working class audience. But it is incredibly stupid when someone makes a critique of the system for you to respond by saying that they should give all their money to charity when this obviously would not fix the system.
You know, just the fucking epitome of this time right now, like how divisive we are, that like, you know, the Gulf of Mexico is now called the Gulf of America, and people get excited. Like, how the fuck does that help your wallet? It's an empty gesture, and then it's also like a racist gesture. Like, that's the white guy under, that's him saying fuck Mexicans without saying it.
Oh, sure.
You know? Like, who has a fucking problem with Mexicans? Like, what is the real problem? This is just such an ugly fucking time.
What a wuss.
Yeah, that just sucks. That sucks.
What a bitch.
Fucking.
You are so right. Bill Burr is such a wuss. You have never been a wuss. These cat ears are extremely alpha.
Bill Burr has reached the tinfoil hat conspiracy stage of his Hollywood meltdown. This time, he's screaming into his microphone about how renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America is somehow both meaningless and a racist dog whistle. Because, you know, in Billy's world, nothing can ever just be stupid or performative. It has to be evil. Now, Bill starts off strong by calling the name change
protecting his insecurity and jealousy. Yeah, for sure.
An empty gesture that doesn't help struggling Americans, and for a fleeting second, he's actually right. Then in record speed, he veers into schizophrenic rant mode and decides that it's not just pointless, but secretly a Klan rally in disguise. That's right. Somehow, changing the name of a body of water is actually code for white people saying, F Mexicans! You have to admire the creativity. Most people see an ocean. Bill sees a hate crime.
So you think it's a schizophrenic conspiracy theory that this name change could have possibly been an FU to Mexicans? If tomorrow Lake Michigan was changed to Lake Mexico, people in Michigan would probably not be too happy about that because that body of water has cultural significance to them. In the same way, the people of Mexico are obviously not going to be happy that you came in and changed the name of a body of water that has cultural significance to them. So no, I don't think it's a schizophrenic conspiracy theory that Donald Trump could be saying FU to Mexicans by changing this name. He's been saying FU to basically every single country in the entire world for the last month with his tariff bullshit.
Now let's get something straight. Who the hell was out there protesting the name Gulf of Mexico in the first place? Did I miss the Justice for Marine Geography movement? Are Mexican fishermen being oppressed by American tide patterns? Of course not. But Bill and his...
Okay, so we have XD... Oh, got it. Wait, you can't see it. The camera's moving so slow. XD, and then there's a smiley face. And then there's a dinosaur. And then two dinosaurs. They're facing the same way for some reason. And that's that. Hold on. There you go. Now you can see it all close and stuff. And I don't have to put it up next to the camera. Boop.
Hollywood activist friends need racism to exist everywhere. Otherwise, they might have to talk about real-world problems.
So, ignoring the fact that you're implying that racism isn't a real-world problem, you think that Bill Burr hasn't been talking about real-world problems? Earlier in this video, when he talked about working-class people not being able to afford to pay their bills, you don't think that that's a real-world problem? What do you think is a real-world problem? The fact that you're banned on Twitter, which you whine about in the banner at the bottom of all of your videos?
Then, in a final stroke of brilliance, Bill declares that people are broke and that this is an ugly time. Oh, you don't say. Then why are you foaming at the mouth about meaningless distractions while creating one in real time? Bill whines that the Gulf of Mexico name change is a waste of energy, then immediately spends the next few minutes on his podcast treating it like the single greatest moral crisis of our time. Why are people focused on this instead of real issues? Bill, You're the one talking about it. If it's such a stupid, pointless, empty gesture, why are you dedicating a full-scale meltdown to it?
What the fuck are you even talking about? A comedian complaining for 2 seconds about something dumb that Trump did is a full-scale meltdown, yet you making 7 different videos complaining about him isn't a full-scale meltdown? I can't even track this stupid logic.
This is like a guy setting his house on fire, then yelling at the fire department for wasting time putting it out.
This is like someone setting their house on fire and then yelling at the fire department for wasting time putting it out. This is like Deaf Noodles falsely accusing someone of being a pedophile, then yelling at people when they criticize him for it.
If it's such a stupid, pointless, empty gesture, why are you dedicating a full-scale meltdown to it? Maybe, just maybe, because outrage pays your bills.
Oh, and outrage doesn't pay your bills? Well, I guess technically it doesn't because your videos only get 700 views. You're complaining about Bill Burr complaining about something that doesn't matter while you've made multiple videos like Rachel Ziegler's cringeworthy meltdown, Disney's Snow White has TDS, Bill Burr defends Rachel Ziegler, and woke Snow White. I guess in Deaf Noodle's mind, Trump changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico doesn't matter at all, but Snow White being woke does matter. Just a tip, Dennis, when you are criticizing someone, you need to take a second to think if those criticisms also apply to yourself or apply to Trump, the president who you apparently love now.
Bill gets to play both sides, mocking the people who care about this while still profiting from the controversy himself. He cashes in on the same culture war nonsense he pretends to be above. So congratulations, Bill. You've officially become the thing you claim to hate. Another overpaid entertainer making money off outrage while pretending to be one of the people. So in case you missed this, folks, Bill is quite literally part of the problem. He's a millionaire cosplaying as a working-class hero, screeching about fake oppression while sitting on his multi-million-dollar Netflix couch. And you know he doesn't actually care, because if he did, he'd be ranting about the real reason people are broke. Biden's economic mismanagement, crushing taxes, and big government screw-ups.
Oh, the real problem is Biden's economic mismanagement, even though Biden did one of the best jobs at getting a country out of COVID compared to other countries. But let's just ignore Trump's batshit insane tariffs that instantly tanked the stock market. That is definitely not economic mismanagement. I think me and Bill Burr would probably both agree with you that Biden sucks and he didn't do enough to help working class Americans, because both me and Bill are not afraid to make fun of liberals. But you are afraid to make fun of conservatives like Trump because for some reason you've decided that the best way to save your dead career is by sucking Trump and billionaire cock. I was going to go through a couple of his other videos criticizing Bill Burr, but I think this video is already long enough. I just find all of this incredibly ironic because the right will never shut up about how the left hates comedy, but the second a comedian makes a joke that falls slightly outside of your conservative ideology, you freak the fuck out and you pick apart every word that they say and you try to act like their edgy jokes are meant to be taken completely seriously. It's almost like the right understands that people actually can be influenced by jokes. They just pretend like this isn't the case when right-wing comedians make jokes. I do think that comedy has the ability to spread genuinely bad ideas, and if you think that Bill Burr is spreading genuinely bad ideas by making edgy jokes about billionaires, then you are free to hold that perspective. But personally, I am not going to get all up in arms when a comedian makes an edgy joke about billionaires, because billionaires clearly do fuck over the working class. At the end of the day, I don't even know how much of what Dennis is saying here is actually genuine. Maybe he really is being true to his real opinions, or maybe this is all just a disingenuous grift to make money, or maybe it's somewhere in the middle. I don't know. But all I do know is that if he doesn't stop making all these corny 1950s ass jokes, then I don't think his channel will be growing anytime soon. Watching Deaf Noodles try to revive his career is like bringing a defibrillator to a cemetery. Watching Deaf Noodles make jokes is like watching a chicken try to play Beethoven. I wonder if the reason he calls himself Deaf Noodles is because his noodle has so much trouble listening.
Alright, you guys, that is the end of the stream for me. I am gonna call it. It's been fun. I'm sorry I haven't been streaming as much. I'm gonna be going on vacation in 2 weeks. I think that's kind of all I got. But I love you guys.
I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love. There's a reason why we lose. You say cry, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. I don't know what you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.